We are live.
We are live.
Yes.
All right.
Yes, we are live. I love this.
We're back. We're here. Yay.
We are here. We are live. We want to say, as always, thank you, everybody, for joining us. We are Frack, Paddy, and Wack. We always have something happening last minute, and this is why we love life, because it gives you a rush. It gives you this thrill. It gives you, please stop. Oh, my God, universe, please stop. Always something last minute.
Erica, how do you feel? Do you feel rushed and exhilarated and happy and
the big salute?
All the things.
I was really messed up. I was completely ready today. I was just like, okay, I'll just wait for these guys. And then all of a sudden, Carlos and I were just chitter-chatting. He's like, what happened to your video? I'm like, the freaking webcam just took a shit.
We're live.
We're live. That's all that matters. Again, we are Frack, Paddy, and Wack. Please do join us every Thursday night at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can find us on Twitch, FFPW20, Facebook Live, FFPW20. Check us out on there.
All of them.
Literally.
You can find us on all of the platforms /FFPW20.
If you see it right up here above me, right there. Okay, so yeah, you're right. Why am I saying it anymore? People can see it. I don't
understand. It doesn't make any sense.
I did all of that so I can keep saying it, apparently.
That must be why.
Exactly. I just like hearing myself talk. So, but yeah, watch prior episodes on YouTube. Find us, Frack Paddy Wack. We love you all so much. We thank you all for joining us. Jump on the chat. Yell at us. Don't yell at us. Like us. Share us. We love you. Thank you for joining us every single Thursday night, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right. So, TJ, take it away. What's going to be going on tonight, my man?
All righty, so Brooke has the Random Facts of Life segment tonight. She gets to ask the questions of the group. Carlos has trending topics. Erica's got This Day in History. And my celebrity focus is on the sexy Scarlett Johansson. Ooh. Carlos is making a drink called the Blue Margarita. Our guest name is Robert Beshears. He is a senior loan officer at Paramount Residential Mortgage Group, and he is a former U.S. Army cannon crew member. So I can't wait to talk to him about that. And then after that, we'll, of course, get into our niches of business and a closing quote. But before that, Brooke says, do you want to play a game?
Right. Our game is called You Decide, and you choose between two topics of the same category. And if you are the only one who chooses your choice, then you have to drink because you're wrong, and everyone else chose a different choice. And if we all agree, then we socially drink.
I'm married, so I'm just gonna drink because I know I'm always wrong.
That explains why you're drunk half the time.
You're sleeping.
Oh my goodness.
Dad juice, mom juice. So yeah. So we're so glad that you guys are here. Be sure to click share. That's one thing that you can do for us right now. If you can click share and invite a few friends, that would be really, really cool because we love watching our numbers grow. And we're on a couple new platforms, which is incredible. So make sure that you find us on there and subscribe and help us get our numbers up because we want to help you escape life every Thursday night like we're doing for just a few hours. Moving into the next segment is Brooke. It is your segment tonight.
I'm up already. All right.
All
right. So I thought this one was a good one. What's the oldest item in your fridge?
You know, I'm going to jump in right away on this one. I do not like having old items in the fridge because there's nothing that makes me angry than when I come home after several good drinks and I've had a good time hanging out with friends. Obviously not right now, but after that. I mean, you know what I mean. You know what I mean.
It's in my fridge.
No, not your fridge. That's when I leave my food behind. But I just hate getting home or waiting for something and be like, oh, I remember there was this or there was that, and all of a sudden it's got fungus and you're just so angry.
Yep.
Oh, that bugs me so much. I seriously do a purge like every weekend. I look for food that's gone bad or something's happening and I just get rid of it. I think the oldest thing in my fridge is maybe like 3 weeks old. Not counting
so
frozen
like no
stuff.
old condiments or?
Oh yeah, well condiments, yeah, I get it. It's been there maybe for a month or two, you know, like ketchup or something. But I'm talking like food.
So like no expired ranch or anything.
Yeah, no, nothing like that. No, I just
Good to know, buddy.
All right.
Erica, I see you looking. Hi, Troopy. Don't kick me out of this.
I know you have kids, so they probably
Well,
eat everything.
So
Or
the
push it to
most
the back if they don't like it.
that part. So the most recent was actually not my kids. It was somebody else that brought salmon over that wanted it cooked and left it sit there for 2-3 weeks, and it started to stink. And I'm like, what the hell is this shit?
You're so mouthy tonight. Hey.
I know someone who eats salmon.
Yeah.
Mouthy.
I said,
All right,
I didn't say
so-
anything.
I'm normally the one that's in our fridge, so I'm pretty curious to hear TJ's answer on this one. What he thinks
Ooh.
this item in our fridge is.
Okay, so I'm going to take 2 guesses. Actually, I'll have 3 guesses.
Oh, that's not even fair.
Okay.
Not fair.
All right. Then what?
At most, you get 2.
Okay, at most. Is the lasagna gone? Okay. Let's see.
That's in the freezer. That doesn't count. Freezers are made for long-term storage.
Okay, because I was gonna say whatever there's some beef that's frozen in there. All
No,
right,
I
so
see that.
longest thing that we got rid of the olives, and that wasn't that long. In the fridge. Okay, if you didn't throw it away, then it's going to be the Reese's whipped cream topping.
Yeah, that is in there. But I think there's some older than that.
If not, then the other thing that it would be is, and it's probably not even bad, but
Oh, it's not bad.
somebody left a seltzer water
Oh my god.
in the can.
I didn't think about that.
And
That
that would
probably
be
is
in
the
there.
oldest.
If not, it might be another.
That was
random-
from
it might be
when
another
Tyler
random
was
beer.
a newborn.
Yep.
One of our friends' ex-wives babysat.
She's our friend. We
She's-
don't have to.
but we don't
have
ever
to put her on the ex-wife's.
But
friend
we
list.
don't.
We don't see her that often anymore.
Anyways.
The other friend got custody of the bar, so no.
Anyways.
You know how that works when
She babysat our son and brought over a couple seltzer waters in the fridge, and we don't drink seltzer water, so they're still in the fridge. And I didn't even think about that. But I was thinking the oldest thing in our fridge was TJ has a candy drawer. And
there's a chocolate bunny
Yeah.
from like 3 years ago sitting in there, I bet you.
and random Hershey Kisses, or anytime that someone buys TJ dark chocolate, it just sits in our fridge and dies until I throw it away.
Yeah.
But I hardly ever go in that drawer because I can't eat chocolate.
Definitely don't buy me
Dark chocolate.
don't buy me dark
He
chocolate.
will never eat it.
And I do see the comment, but I'm gonna keep going as if everything is working. So my other question was going to be, and this is completely off topic. Is this normal for everybody else that, like, when a couple break up, when a couple breaks up, does one person get the custody? Well, I know the friends is a typical thing because that's tough of but does one person kind of claim custody of like a location? Like if you all hung out at this sports bar or this restaurant, and
Or
it
he
was
only goes on certain days.
your thing to go, like, do you guys trade off, or does one person just kind of start to weed themselves out? We had a friend, obviously, that she doesn't really come and hang out, but then we had some other friends where they were like, listen, Tuesday night's my night. So anyways.
I can see that because I know that I personally, in a breakup, just didn't go places anymore because people chose sides.
Yeah.
20 years down the road, they come back and like, why didn't you tell me? And I'm like, ah, idiot.
All right, did we get it figured out or no?
I'm not sure. He's went to go check it on that side.
Gotcha. So it's funny and weird the way that kind of works, because a friend of ours was just like, she's like, listen, I play poker on Tuesday nights, so Tuesday night's my night. I don't want to see your face. Don't show up on Tuesday nights. And then of course he showed up on Tuesday nights. Now what's he getting?
I don't know.
Get down, Trippy.
But that's fair though. Like if I go bowling with you guys every Wednesday and we win as a couple or something.
Right.
Like, you were my friends first. Like, go away.
Yeah, true.
It's true.
Yeah. Like, this was my hangout first. All right. So, yeah. Brooke, what's your next question?
All right. What was your favorite toy as a child?
Oh, I had too many. Since it's quiet.
I was gonna say, do
Since
you
it's
want me to
quiet.
run with this
So
one?
I had a bunch because I had Transformers. I had my wrestling buddies.
Yeah.
So I had those guys, which I still have.
Trucker.
Trooper is out right now. Okay, so
He's no longer gonna be out.
see, he's out. And he's about to not be out because he just dumped Brooke's drink all over the place. So, because he's crazy. So.
Oh, he messed with the cords.
Yeah, he's messing with the cords, and he's crazy. So yeah, I had that. I had a Karate Kid house. I had the Karate Kid house, which was awesome. But I don't know. I guess.
We're working, by the way.
Yeah. I think one of my favorite was probably one of my favorites was my snowboard. That's one of the things that I really remember when I finally got my snowboard. I loved winter in New York, so I think that was probably one of my favorite toys that I remember as a child. I'm sure.
I was keep thinking like snowboard. You're in Florida. What the heck?
Yeah, no. I grew up in upstate New York. Hey, there we go. We are back with sound. It says.
Yep. So apologies on that,
Carlos,
but hey.
What'd you do?
Hey, it
look,
wasn't me.
It's a ceiling. Look. Anyways, hey, look, I'm having a beer.
So hey, everybody, if Carlos wants to start the show over, we can get back by saying, oh, we're on Facebook, Instagram. Do you want to tell them individually what channels we're on, or do you want to,
Wait, can I say the word this time?
Oh, geez.
We have to go back to literally today, just so you know, because Robert is a huge offender of literally. Just so you know.
That is, yep, my bad for skipping over that in the beginning. Anyways, thank you guys for being here. We got the sound fixed. Carlos broke things. Erica broke things. Now our dog broke things. So yay, we're ready to hip hop into a new show. Yes. All right.
Oh my God. I'm telling you, this wouldn't be a good show for us if something did not just last minute just pop up.
Break. I'm on both screens.
Oh, and while you were gone, the dog knocked over Brooke's drink. So that happened too.
That's what, yeah, he pulled on cords, so she's over there.
Wait, does she have pants on? Should we move the camera?
She's on her knees over in the corner. Where she belongs.
All right, so Carlos, your favorite toy as a child?
Let me see. Now that people can hear me, I don't know if I should say this. Let's see, my favorite toy as a child. You know what? I did remember having the old He-Man set, where it was the He-Man toy, and then of course with the tiger, and then when it would transform from the prince to He-Man with the sword, and then you get the battle armor for the tiger and everything. I forget the names. Don't ask me. But yeah, the what?
Thundercat was that?
Well, Thundercats was another one. I didn't really have many of their stuff, but I remember having the He-Man set.
Battle Cat, that's what it was. He-Man.
Battle Cat. Yeah, no, Thundercats was a completely different show. Speaking of which, I need to get my double-handed sword back from your house. I keep forgetting.
You do. It's sitting in my garage.
And I keep thinking about just grabbing Thundercats. Oh, anyways.
My father is like, lightsaber? No. Hey, Naomi. No, that is not a lightsaber. That will actually cut you.
Oh man. So yeah, but here, pass it on. I don't know what I'm doing.
You're probably gonna laugh at me, but I think you guys have already realized that I'm just weird regardless. So there's that. I had a My Buddy and Care Bears.
Yes, me too. I had My Buddy, not a Care Bear.
Well, I had one Care Bear.
Yeah.
I didn't care so much for the Care Bear, but I liked the My Buddy.
Yeah. I have, my mom actually got Tyler one. I'm sure you remember us posting that picture. But yeah, we got Tyler one. She got Tyler one and put him and propped him up next to it. And yeah, My Buddy was one of my favorites. You remember Popples?
Mm-mm.
Apples.
No? Oh man, Popples. So they were popular. Papa. They were popular around the time that Care Bears were, and they would roll up. They folded up into like a ball. They folded up into themselves, and then you unrolled them, and they were basically similar to like a Care Bear. But Popples actually had a cartoon TV show. They had a whole. There was a bunch.
Oh, were those the things with the snorkels?
Yeah, I think so.
No, those are the snorkels.
Oh,
They were called snorkels.
oh, my bad.
Oh, Brooke said I just stole her toy. I had no clue. I had no clue.
My popple went everywhere with me.
Popples were awesome, man.
I had the white one with the little purple. I know I had a purple foot and I think a teal foot.
I'll throw it up in the chat.
Oh,
Dude,
Man,
Popples were
awesome.
my jam, and
And
they had a cartoon.
Yeah, the cartoon show was super cool.
Freaking loved it. That and Care Bears.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I liked all those happy things. Oh, when life was so much simpler.
Well, we didn't have to pay bills.
Yeah.
Ah.
You don't have to pay them now. Just wait for your stimulus. It's coming. It's coming. We're working real hard on it. Shut up. Stop working on it. Just shut up.
Just let people go back to work.
Yeah.
So, oh, by the way, I'm sorry. Since I had to skip out for a second, did we say the hashtag of the night?
No, I skipped that on accident.
Okay.
My bad.
Okay, no, that's okay. I said, but now that people can hear, that's fine.
We are
So,
back. We're back to the L word.
Yeah. So back to that again. The word of the night. It was going back to literally because apparently we have a repeat offender, as Erica was saying earlier. But the hashtag of the night is all our heroes are monsters. Because finding out all these things recently about everything that's happening in the world, again, as you all know, or majority of you do, we try not to talk too much about, the heavy stuff because it's already a dark world out there. But finding out all these things, man, it breaks your heart. And I'm just, I just realized that just all our heroes are monsters.
Thank you, Facebook, for unlocking Save the Children hashtag. Thank you. It only took a million people posting about it, and everybody else was starting to move to hashtag Save the Children 1 until that got shut down.
Yeah.
We were just going to move on with it.
Okay, why did it get shut down?
Because Facebook doesn't want to believe that stuff that was conspiracy theory is now actually real life. They didn't want to believe it.
So yeah. So and again, that's their policing.
They had it blocked, just like they have Pizzagate blocked and a couple of the other ones.
Pizzagate.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Don't jump in that rabbit tube on this show.
Yeah, I know exactly. Yeah, just it's all of a sudden
down that tube over on Political Instigator.
All of a sudden, it's going to be 18 bottles empty behind me, as a cigar, just like a disheveled hair, going like, "What happened to my life?"
Fresh out of 3 days in Facebook clink. That's right.
How do you guys manage that?
Comment, like, share, nothing. I just got to scroll, which is fine because people are weird. People are. It's
all right. So, anyways, we digress. Back to the question. Sorry. Oh yeah. I'm sorry. No, we went to the hashtag. Yeah. Whatever. Okay. Go on. Hey.
Next question, Brooke.
Oh, okay. We're back.
Yeah, we're back. We're back to the real segment.
All right. So, what do you love most about yourself?
When I think about you,
you could ask me
the
what
room goes wild.
Yeah, I'm like, you could ask me what I don't like.
I do like the fact that I can be a chameleon. I really love that about myself, that I can see us. That well, I don't put like makeup on. I'm not like camouflage.
Almost any situation, make the best of it.
Yeah, I mean, but also socially chameleon.
Yeah.
Like I can be put in a high class scenario at a fancy dinner or something. I know how to act. Perhaps say maybe not after a couple of drinks, but that's most people. But also I can hang out, with the old crew and relax and chill and do whatever. And then all of a sudden at the next party, I'm naked jumping off a roof into somebody's pool. Whatever.
Whatever.
So multifaceted. I like that I can, hang out with the upper class, the middle class, and the whatever else. So I love that.
Well, since everyone seems to be having a hard time with this, I'm gonna go. I like that I was raised in a traditional Southern family and was very close to my family growing up. And even though we didn't have a big family. Like we all went to grandma's house on Sundays and had Sunday dinner, and everyone got together for holidays. So I really like that, and we're trying to keep traditions alive and get Tyler around as many people as possible, like family.
Really need to get back to that. That's so tough.
It's hard to do kind of right now, but we were making it a point every weekend, at least one day a week. One day out of the weekend, we went and saw
some sort of the family members.
Some side of the family.
So I miss the having the hub of a parent's home, like a grandparent's home, in upstate New York. It always felt like it was like that was the thing. Well, Auburn was such a tiny town. Everybody lived there. Nobody really lived far from one another. So it seemed like it was really nice to be able to. You were only a couple blocks away. And my weekends were chopped between my mom or my dad's side, but we were always at a family member's house. So yeah, I'd love to get back to that again for sure. We try to do as much of it as we can, but this life is crazy right now. Just the way the world is. Yeah. Carlos, I don't want to steal yours or borrow yours, but I'd like to think that's a good personality trait about myself as well. Is being able to.
And I know that about you as well, and it's true. So you and I have some very similar items, except for the hair.
I thought you were going to cut that. You said 2 days ago you were going to cut it.
Yeah, it's getting real long, man.
He said he's going tomorrow.
Real long, like
hush.
Tyler was asking about Auntie Carlita. I don't know who that chick is, but I just like who's Auntie Carlita, and he says, I don't know. I just I get you. Yeah.
Not all long hair is women. I don't know how to fight that.
Stop he's stereotyping him, Tito.
Just because I'm pretty. It is pretty long. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, that's.
I'm going to get my hair done tomorrow.
Yeah.
Take care of these.
Come over tomorrow, Carlos. We'll dye yours.
Horrible roots.
Yeah.
I'll take Brooke. Brooke's got some purple dye in there that we'll borrow.
Wait. What time is your appointment?
I don't have purple.
Oh, it's pink.
I have pink, blue, and I think some orange.
Oh, let's do the blue. Or not. We could just sit here silently and I'll webcast.
Yeah, sure. I mean, it's like, how are we supposed to react?
Pick yours out yet?
Yeah, no, I had already had mine. It's kind of like yours and Carlos, that being a chameleon, but mine is I enjoy that I can throw people for a loop. They think they know me when they meet me, and they're like, "Oh, I've got you pegged. You're like this." I'm like, "Nah, you really don't have me pegged." So Robert, our guest tonight, had me pegged for X, Y, and Z, and Virginia is dying laughing in this group chat. She's like, "You have her completely wrong." So yeah, that's my favorite and what I like about myself.
Randy did that at that when we were at the BNI.
And that's the true leadership. Erica.
We were at the leadership.
Is that she laughs at you because you're wrong.
Wrong.
I love Erica. She's my sarcastic buddy.
We were at leadership roundtable, and they did a personality thing. And
what? Sorry.
There's Virginia jumping in.
When Jim introduced us to you many moons ago. Like, he was like, "Oh, she's very sarcastic." And I was like, "Oh, I'm going to love her already."
Mm-hmm. Yep. But yes, TJ, you are right. Randy had me completely wrong, too. He had no idea.
That was funny. It was hilarious. That's pretty much like an Erica. All right, that's what she's showing y'all BNI, folks.
Right?
Yeah. Well, you have to think about it. And I believe we all are guilty of this to some extent, but there is personal you, there is work you, there is your friends you even, because even in front of our own friends, and I know this to be true. Somebody tried to take me out before I answer the truth here. But please do not get on the commentary on that. I know what I just said is going to bring up a lot of different. I'm just going to keep drinking. Just kidding. Just whatever. No, but seriously though, it's there are different facets of ourselves because, and it's not meant to be a facade. It's not that we're lying to people. It's just that sometimes we like being ourselves for ourselves.
Well, and you connect with people differently. There's certain conversations that I'm going to have with different people, whether it's clients, friends, family, even, that I have different connections with different people, and me acting a certain, me being crazy and wild and silly and weird in front of like my mom or my stepdad, they look at me like, what the hell is wrong with you? And then I'm in front of my dad and he's like, let's get more beer. Or goofing off with you guys is way different than being in front of, you know, other people that I just haven't shared certain experiences with either. So, you know, it's not even being
What
fake.
I'm hearing saying is you're fake 90% of the time.
No,
not really.
I'm kidding.
I adapt.
Although I do have to make a comment though. No, go ahead.
Just the different connections, I think, kind of put you in a different realm.
And different experiences with different people.
Yeah,
that's true. So, but one quick thing I just had this weekend happen. I realized that a lot of my friends' parents have seen me in a Speedo too many times.
Not mine.
Yeah, mine.
Yeah, not yours. Yeah, no, yeah. So, but I've realized that I'm like, why do like 50% of my friends' parents, you know, and I just came to a realization, I'm awesome.
Wait, could you imagine taking Carlos on the boat with Uncle Bobby and Teresa?
I can imagine taking suit and tie Carlos on the boat.
Good evening, and all of a sudden, woof.
They would not know what to do with themselves. They think they like to party. They have no idea.
Yes. Let's show you a party. All right, so
all right.
Yeah, well, let's do one more just because.
Sure.
What is your love language?
Oh.
And yeah, and there's 5 choices. Words of affirmation, so someone telling you, hey, I love you, or, you know, telling you things that make you happy.
Wait, your love language, what you do or what people like that you like from others? Which one are you?
It's
want
what you
people to do for you.
Right.
Acts of service, where people help you out and help you do things. Receiving gifts, that one's pretty self-explanatory. Quality time, just someone to spend time with you. And then physical touch. And it doesn't have to be sexual. It can be hugs, cuddling,
holding hands.
Yeah.
And
touching you.
Sorry, it's canceled.
Transitions between our sets.
And and also caveat to this, we are all a little bit of all of those. It's just that we happen to have a more stronger one than another. Right. So, but yeah, so let's start with Frick. Which one?
Quality time.
Yeah.
I knew that one.
Do not touch
it.
No, that's good. I know that for myself, I'm a physical touch person. So, and again, it's, you know, it's holding hands, or if you're watching TV together and just, you know, just a hand over another hand, or, you know, somebody's head on their lap, you know, just running hands, you know, through the hair or something, whatever, something that that's just me. And I love that. For me, physical brings a lot of connection.
I would say, to be 100% true to myself, it would be physical touch. Because I love it when we're sitting on the couch and TJ will just put his hand over on my leg, or like if we're out somewhere and he runs his fingers through my hair, like I feel closer to him, not because he's touching me, but just like you share a connection.
Yeah.
But since becoming a mom, I feel like acts of service really hit home as well, because I need help. So
I think you just spoke to all moms right there.
Right. I mean, of course.
Just do the dishes once, and you won't believe how we'll take care of you. I'm kidding.
Shut up, TJ.
What TJ's thinking is, and a little tequila helps.
And he vacuumed last week.
We chop a good amount of things, but some things are just really tough. Like, I'm not a morning person, so it's very hard for me to get up and do the morning stuff with Tyler, because it's just I'm not a super morning person. It takes me 15, 20, minutes to really get myself moving. So she's usually up with him, and on the days that she's incredibly tired and not moving, and you can tell, like, hey, like, you need to go, then I'll get up. But If not, I kind of sit in here, I check my email, make sure, just on my phone, make sure the world hasn't ended really quick and nobody has an emergency.
He's a slow waker.
Yeah, I'm a very slow waker, but by then she'll have him up and in the bathroom and kind of brushed his teeth and everything like that. And then right about the time it's get breakfast, we're really close at that point that I'll grab, I'll be, what do you want for breakfast? And he'll yell yogurt and waffle. He's getting his toothbrush, something like that, which that's always the go-to. I just ask out of courtesy, but give my
all right,
toddler
tell us your love language.
Yeah, okay. Stay on target. I'm all of those. I'm all of those. Receiving gifts is cool, but I'll buy myself whatever I want.
No, like a thoughtful gift, not just gift, not just to have things, but
here's
like
a bowl of pudding.
Puts thought into a present and then gives it to you. Does that really connect with you, or is it something else?
I'm probably the same on the physical touch. I mean, there's no reason like driving down the road that we shouldn't be holding hands or something like that, and we don't, and it's a subliminal thing that we end up doing. It
was funny. We weren't holding hands the other day, and because Tyler had asked to hold my hand. And I said, sure, buddy. I was holding his hand, and then he kind of stopped paying attention. So I took my hand back and, put it on the center console of the car. And a couple seconds later, he goes, hold hands with daddy.
Like, what are you doing?
And I was like, oh, okay.
This is not normal.
Normally, if he sees us holding hands, he says, Mommy, I want to hold your hand. So.
Aww.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little heartbreaker.
Yeah.
That he will be.
All right, and that was all of my questions.
Cool. Yeah. All right. So, and I'm glad we took a couple minutes for yours. Let's go ahead and, no. I'm glad because I didn't really choose too many trending topics because the world's just on fire. So, so we'll go ahead and start with that right there. Since I get the lovely topic of trending topics, which is,
find something happy. Good luck.
Yeah, it's hard to find something interesting that isn't terrible.
Yeah, essentially. So, but the biggest four stories right now really is the first one being about that I'm sure everybody kind of heard about it and saw it, the enormous explosion that hit Beirut.
Right.
And I seen like the 18 different videos from different angles. There was the one from that lady doing a wedding photo shoot. There was the people who were like, there's a guy who's like maybe like not even 5 miles away, and then they got the guy on a jet ski out in the.
I didn't see the jet ski one. Wow.
Yeah, and a person actually. So there was the location. There was the water.
Jet ski video. Whatever.
I mean, water, GoPro kind of thing, but.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
the balcony.
Yeah.
Could you imagine being on the balcony? I mean, you watch this kaboom, and then all of a sudden, you're watching the fire. They were videoing the fire. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, kaboom, and this big mushroom cloud is coming at your face. And they turned around and started running. Oh my God, I can't even imagine.
So, but exactly. I mean, what you're saying is right. Now, the story, to the best of our knowledge, and again, Instagram's posting showing on there and everything. It was basically a fireworks warehouse, and apparently next to it, they were keeping ammonium nitrate, which apparently caught. And those who did not know about ammonium nitrate, it's used a lot in fertilizer, and it is very, very highly reactive. So imagine basically a bomb going off, like an atomic, like a hydrogen bomb, pretty much going off, but minus the radioactivity. So that is why and at first people were thinking this is a Michael Bay film, the explosions.
Right.
Yeah.
And at first I was like, oh, what's this? What's that? And people thought it was fake. No. I mean, they were showing the image also of the radius of, the blast zone, the concussive waves. And then also, even like 10 to 15 kilometers out, the windows being busted. People, and on top of this, I saw one comment that I'm just going like, this is why I hate people sometimes. Not y'all, I love y'all. Here immediately and everybody watching, because we love you. I mean, some guy has just, I don't know, he just basically said, so what, it's Beirut. I'm like, seriously, dude? This is people have died, people have been affected. You're in the middle of pandemic. They're in the middle of also of internal stuff happening in their government. Come on, don't. You need to throw more into the fan, So I feel bad for that. The heartfelt stuff, people. The cool thing about social media at the same time is you have people in media who responded, and we're talking about doing things like the food banks, about being able to donate more than just money, because sometimes money can't fix it. They need things. they can't get the money there. They just need to be able to say, hey, listen, send packages of simple things, heck, ramen noodles.
Yeah, because all the stores around there blew up as well. So
yeah, exactly. Yeah. So
it's not like they can just take that money and go to the store.
Exactly. Right. So paper towels, feminine products and things. So it's really cool that's the part that just helps me forever. The Pandora's box of hope that just stands in my heart, going, this can still be a good thing. So it's again, my heart goes out to them. I have friends who live out in Egypt, who lived out in Israel and everything else too. I know it's not anywhere majorly close, but still, when they go through strife like this, it's not easy stuff.
Yeah.
So it's my heart goes out to them, but at the same time, I'm glad to see people can help. The next thing that I was really looking at is kind of a weird thing that just popped up in the timeline. So we're kind of silly. It was a quote unquote bad thing that happened, but it was a nice thing though. It was a SOS that actually worked. And you see in the movies how people are like, oh, write SOS on the beach, like this giant, and it actually worked. So it was off an uninhabited island, I think several kilometers off the coast of Australia. And there's the picture you can see right there of the helicopter landing, picking them up. And anyways, it was, again, I'm not saying it's funny and making fun of them. I'm just saying, like, oh my gosh, who would have thought a giant SOS sign like you see in the movies would have actually worked?
Yeah.
And apparently the people were out on a boat trying to get from one end to the other. They ran out of fuel. They lost off the charts, and I think it was off the port of Guam. They were asking the help from the Australian Navy, and they actually ended up finding and seeing the SOS signal, and they were able to rescue them. So that was pretty amazing that actually. Except, yeah, happy story, not murdering things, Brooke. But anywho, so yeah, so I mean, so it was like a woe story, but for me, the whole time I was thinking, where's Wilson? What happened?
Greece.
Where's Wilson?
He's in Greece. We just got
in Greece. Okay, let's not go there. So yeah, but at the end of the day, though, again, it was pretty cool. I mean, again, sad to hear for their story, but glad to hear that a positive thing came out of that. And again, just still, I'm thinking in my mind, going like, really, SOS story? It worked. It's cool. It's just wow. So yeah, now. The other cool thing, if you haven't been plugged into the news the last couple of days, last 48 hours at least or so, is that, again, the Dragon came back. So, and what I'm talking about that is that the Dragon being from the launch from the SpaceX. So, I mean, some people could have thought when I said the Dragon came back, is that Mulan's on Disney Plus? I don't know. But yeah, but it was really cool, seeing that coming back, landing on off the coast of like Pensacola and the Gulf of Mexico. They were all apparently well and doing where they. But I like seeing the scene though, where you see like crispy fried at the bottom, that kind of yellowish material, but then the top side, everything else is good to go. So and the great thing is that it's reusable.
Yeah,
that's one thing a lot of people are not thinking about is, hey, this is something that there's going to be less waste now. We keep forgetting that around the Earth, there's an orbit of all this debris that's out and about there. And I know it takes a small, nail or a screw or something to really hit the station, the International Space Station, or hit anything else that's going out and just throw it off course.
Yep.
So it's cool that SpaceX is able to use these materials. Now, I'm sure there's still little debris chunks here and there. Nothing's perfect. But it's cool to see that it's, number one, they made it back safely. That's obvious. But number two is the fact that we have this now renewable and reusable materials.
Yeah, they were talking about they're sending it back up next month is the plan. Is they're looking at September to relaunch this time with 4 astronauts and send 4 people back up. So that's going to be really cool because this was just a test.
Right.
All it was a test to get it up there. Like they ran a dry test with no one in the Capitol. Then it was a test to test all of the suits and all of everything with humans in it. And now the next one is the actual mission. And that their goal is to be getting themselves, basically to get themselves to the space station and then start offloading stuff toward making a move to the moon in the next couple years. And then little by little, they're also going to be decommissioning the current space station while launching another one.
Right.
So
yeah,
pieces. See how all those launches go.
Yeah, they have to kind of piecemeal it, obviously, because they can't just send us one giant thing. But that's the cool thing, where we have to, it's going to be less waste now. Reusable materials, or fine, even if it's 2 times, that's a lot better than what we're doing before.
Yeah, they need to. Well, and they have to come up. There has to be a real plan put in place to start cleaning out space garbage as well, because like you said, a lot of stuff over the past 30, 40 years or whatever it is, they've just been launching stuff up and kind of leaving it there instead of we have no way of bringing stuff back down. So I'm curious to see how all of that works, because like you said, not only are they watching launch windows for weather, but they've got to watch launch tracks to make sure that when you get up there, you can get through. Think of a crowded highway that you're trying to cross the other direction.
Try running across I-4 blindfolded.
Yeah, over time, there's a lot of junk up there. So.
Yeah. So now, and again, please chat. Feel free to jump in on this, do some research, or help me out on this. But if I recall correctly, I believe that also SpaceX, Tesla, Elon Musk, the whole shebang there, they are working on also materials that actually will destroy in the atmosphere. Kind of like when you see a shooting star, it just destroys in the atmosphere. They're talking about having that kind of stuff, so that way it's usable, and that way when it does come back to orbit, it'll just get destroyed and be just turned to ash. Yeah. So they're talking about that, as part of, being able to have less trash out. And again, I believe it's called the Kármán line, which is where basically the atmosphere ends and then space really starts. So they're trying to just clear that out and open it up. So that was cool. And the last thing that I have here also really talking about is kind of just a quick topic here before we go to the next stuff is talking about TikTok. A class action lawsuit starting against them.
Not the song.
Yeah, not the song. No, yeah, this is the actual the thing that people are seeing now as a trend and everything else. Apparently, they're having problems with their children. I believe were the ones who were talking, saying that they're selling their data, or their data was being sold out to China. Yep. And then and they said a lot of people also had the same kind of issues and problems, et cetera, was happening. So again, it's not a full-blown thing, but a class action lawsuit, I believe, was taken in California originally, where one of their home bases is out on, and then taken to the court judges. Was it in Illinois, or I think it was Illinois? So yeah. So, and again, I mean, this kind of stuff gets serious. I know that the government employees are not allowed to have TikTok because it is a product that is, based out in China. So, and again, obviously still clashing, situational politically as far as trade and things that are happening with China. So again, it's getting pretty big when all of a sudden it just goes from like, hey, we're banning our government employees from using it, to I don't like it, to hey, it's now getting federal attention.
So like, are teachers not allowed to have it since they're government?
I don't know.
Well, they have to be like federal level, like they have to work for like the White House, they have to work for an FBI branch of government, something like that.
And so it's like, I know it's banned in other countries.
Some people.
So, it's banned in other countries, which is that's the big deal. When other countries pay attention enough to go, hey, we're not allowing this because it's leading to a lot of data theft, and it's going to a country that does not, they want to take over the world. You got to be honest about that, is that country wants to take over the world.
Yeah,
they want to be the strongest, most powerful in the world. They do not care about everybody else. So when they put together stuff like that, it's and it sounds kind of harsh saying it like that, but I mean it's kind of the truth, to be honest, because and that's any country. That's any country.
It's not saying
exactly. Yeah, that's what I'm getting at. Essentially, it's same thing. I mean, everybody wants to be a superpower, but it doesn't reflect on the individuals exactly on that sense. But we have highlighted on there as well, and thank you, Frick, for that. Talking about that, administration right now currently is talking about saying that if you're going to want to continue this, it's going to have to be sold to a U.S. Owned company, so that way, that they can monitor it, I guess, but regulate it. Yeah, regulated, but that still comes with the same issues going to happen. Then okay, so if it's not a country going to have this information, it's now us having this, and it's as far as using it. So
Microsoft of all.
I know.
Yeah.
Of all
things,
right?
I know exactly. So right now, so again, no perfect solution. I get this.
In Teams, hey everybody, I need you to TikTok me your dirty proposals over.
So I got the new proposal done.
Oh my goodness. Whatever.
Anybody just jumping in right now, I did not have a stroke. So, yeah, so that was kind of my topics right there. So, but again, I'm glad that we got to over my stuff. So I'll let Frick now get to this day in history segment.
So this day in history was actually pretty boring, just so you know. It was only like 5 points. 1661, because we all remember that day. The Treaty of Carlos, go ahead and pronounce that properly for me.
Hague.
Really?
Hague.
Oh, okay. Is signed whereby the Dutch Republic sells New Holland, Brazil, for 63 tons of gold to Portugal.
Oh,
So, thank you for pronouncing that properly. Appreciate
thank you, New Holland.
that. Right? 1890 at Auburn Prison in New York, murderer. Here you go.
Here's Brooks.
Murderer William Kemmler becomes the first person to be executed by an electric chair.
So, do we want to? You want to?
You want a
this
fun
one real
fact?
quick? You want a fun fact?
Oh gosh.
Sure.
Auburn, New York is my hometown. That prison is the center of the town, still standing.
Yeah, it's right in the
Still
middle
standing.
of downtown.
The wall, my
It's right in the middle of
grandparents' house
downtown.
that I just talked about, that I said, we spent every weekend there, is 2 streets away from it.
Mind you, this is a maximum security.
One of the main roads. There's
Or-
four. Basically, all the roads around it are very.
They send like
The
some of the
wall
worst
is-
of the worst.
The
people
wall
there.
is 40 feet high, something stupid high.
It's
There
really-
is a sports bar that I love to go to that may not reopen after this. That is right across the street from
right
there.
across the street.
It's called Curly, and Brooke and I go there every time we go up to New York, and it's directly across the street. You walk out, and there's the entrance to the jail. You actually park in the parking lot that is next to the jail. And my dad worked at the jail.
Oh my gosh.
He was one of the prison guards at the jail, and we used to bring him food, and he'd lower down the bucket from the tower and pull it back up. And yeah, he guarded a lot of these.
Don't mess with Bill.
Yeah, don't mess with him.
Okay, this sounded like an episode of Oh Brother, Where Art Thou kind of situation.
He worked in that maximum security prison, which is we need to get him on the show. Just
You want
to
to hear
that.
something?
That'll be
Yeah,
How come I never knew this about the
I'll
bill?
tell you guys later because I'm just gonna get way off topic. I mean, it's on topic of the jail, but
Okay.
that jail is there. It's in the middle of
It's
the
right
city,
in the middle of the
and
city.
you would not, by not being there, you wouldn't even believe that it's smack dab in the middle of the city.
Here's city council. Here's the sports
all the
bar. Here's
shops
prison.
And Auburn, New York
all
is
the
not,
shops and everything are-
Auburn, New York is basically like Bartow.
it's like Lakeland.
Nah,
No,
it's
not
way
Lakeland. Yeah,
the looking,
maybe it's more like Bartow.
Yeah, it's a small
It's
town.
growing though.
Yeah, it's a small
It's
town,
growing.
but yeah.
So it's a winter haven.
Awesome that you put that in
Yeah,
there
it's
without probably
kind of
without even
more
knowing, but,
Winter Haven-y.
Go ahead.
Okay, so continuing after 1890, awesome.
Back to bombings. 1945 atomic bomb dropped in Hiroshima by the US B-29 superfortress Enola Gay.
Yep, that was the pilot's mother's name.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You are just full of. I'm going to start calling you Clint.
No.
1965, U.S. President Lyndon Johnson signs the Voting Rights Act prohibiting voting discrimination against minorities.
Woo.
And this
LBJ once again.
There was an L in front of that, right?
yes.
Okay.
LBJ.
Oh, I
His
didn't.
audio wavered a
I
little
didn't.
bit. And
Yeah,
I was like,
I didn't hear the L. I was like, what?
go BJ.
1991, Tim Berners-Lee releases files describing his ideas for the World Wide Web. WWW debuts as a publicly available service on the internet.
Nice.
Very cool.
Today in 1991, y'all. That's awesome.
So he's the one to blame for the Matrix.
Thanks.
Thanks, Tim.
You're the reason Facebook's here. Wonderful.
Right? So TJ,
Yeah.
tell us about Scarlett Johansson.
Oh, it is that thing. All right. So,
That was your turn, huh?
yeah, I was like looking ahead, going, "Oh, we got 10 minutes still. What are we gonna do for the next 10 minutes?"
Realistic.
2 pages of notes.
I have a segment.
We're gonna do Scarlett Johansson.
No, and I was laughing. Sorry, I was also jumped over in the chat because my Aunt Diane is on again, and she was mentioned. She said her grandfather's shoe store was a block from the prison, and then of course she was commenting that it was her hometown, and also that my dad worked there. So yeah, I just thought it was cool. How cool to link in
And she
that
did
fun
correct you
fact
that it was a prison, not a jail.
on this
Yeah.
day. Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
it's like
It's
maximum.
maximum. Yeah.
They
Home
send-
of the electric chair, y'all.
And they send
So-
some of the worst people there.
Yeah.
So real quick, I gotta talk to Bill now because I never knew this about him.
Yeah.
Oh my
Oh
god.
yeah. No.
Oh my
he
gosh.
was maximum.
Hey, when you guys come over next time, I'll show you something really cool that's in the closet.
But he, yeah.
It's not about another body, is it?
We're not gonna lock you in a closet, Erica.
Thank you.
But yeah, he was a maximum security prison guard, and he's badass. That's why you don't get on his bad side. When that temper flares up, you better run.
All right, so back to Scarlett.
Too many people. Anyways, back to Scarlett Johansson. So, born in November 22nd, 1984. So she is 3 years younger than me.
She's only, oh my gosh.
She is an American actress, and I didn't know about this, but she is also a singer. She's been on the Billboard 200 multiple times, and she has sang in a lot of movies that we probably didn't even know she was the voice in. She is of American and Danish citizenship. She's Jewish. Her family is from Poland, Russia, and Sweden. Her father was an architect, mother was a producer, and her grandfather was an art historian, screenwriter, and director. So her kind of falling into the realm of acting would definitely come from the producer, screenwriter side. But yeah, very, very cool. She has an older sister who's an actress, Vanessa Johansson. No, it would be Johansson.
That's
but
not
yeah,
her
so, and so Vanessa and I have not looked up to see if she's just as hot as her sister. Anybody want to take care of that? Thanks. She has an older brother and also has a twin brother.
Hey, how
So
cool.
and a half brother. Scarlett Johansson is the world's highest paid actress since 2018. You're welcome, Iron Man and Marvel.
Right.
She's been consistently in the Forbes Celebrity 100. Her films have grossed over $14.3 billion worldwide. The 9th highest grossing box office star of all time. So I'm curious to see who the other 8 might be. I definitely want to look up that fun fact of who the 8 highest grossing are that are ahead of her, because it's impressive. She is a recipient of a Tony Award, a BAFTA Award, and a 2-time nominee for the Academy Awards, and has 5 Golden Globe Awards.
Jeez.
Born and raised in Manhattan, New York, and started out her career in an off-Broadway play as a child. So she made her film debut in a fantasy comedy called North in 1994. She's been in several other movies throughout 96, 98, 2001, shifted to, and those were all kind of younger actress, young woman roles. Made her adult roles. She shifted to adult roles in 2003 with Lost in Translation, which is where she won the BAFTA Award for Best Actress. Nominated for Golden Globes in a movie called A Girl with a Pearl Earring. And then, like I said, she's also a singer and has landed on the Billboard 200 multiple times with songs in both of those movies. In 2010, she debuted on Broadway in a revival of A View from the Bridge that won her Tony Award. And then she started playing the role of Black Widow with her debut of into the Marvel series in Iron Man 2. So from there, she kind of shifted into sci-fi movies with Her in 2013, Under the Skin in 2013, Lucy 2014, Ghost in
That was a good movie.
Lucy.
Yeah.
And then Ghost in a Shell in 2017. 2019, she received nominations for 2 Academy Awards for Jojo Rabbit and Marriage Story. So thought it was pretty cool. And then in 2019, again, was back in Black Widow in Avengers Endgame, which is the highest grossing film of all time. And now she's set to have her own TV series, which was supposed to be this year, might roll into next year. Not TV series, but movie series.
I was
Sorry.
gonna say. I thought it was a
yeah,
movie.
TV series. Woohoo. But movie series with her own Black Widow series. So they're finally going to move into the Black Widow series, explain a lot of that background stuff that if you don't read the comic books, they allude to it so often in several of the Avengers movies. They basically said, oh, what if they knew about your history? And what if they knew about the real you? And what if they knew about this, that, and the other thing? Like, I mean, if you look at it from an Avengers side, if you don't know the comic books and you just watch the movie, you're like, okay, yeah, you're badass in martial arts, but seriously, how are you an Avenger? So them telling the backstory of all this and how she becomes Black Widow and who, what, why, I'm excited to see because I have not read the comic books. My bad, but
I've learned a lot from my friends. Like when we interviewed a while back, Aaron Conley, you know, himself being, you know, running, working for the, working cartooning world and doing et cetera. It's actually a pretty interesting history. You know, it's kind of like, well, I don't know if I give it away or not, but it's not really a giveaway. But it's, you know, Russian training spy kind of background stuff, and so yeah, it's pretty cool when you get into it, and we see what she's actually gone through. You realize that's why she's an Avenger.
Yeah. So, and I'm excited to see that. And I did not know that she was one of the highest paid actresses of all time. I mean, I knew she did well for herself, but I did not. I
knew all the Avengers, all the Marvel people did really well.
That's insane. So yeah. As a public figure, she is a prominent brand endorser, go figure, but she also supports various charities. I know that she does a lot of work in cancer help and fundraising there. She also does a lot of stuff with women's rights and with the homeless. So she's involved in a lot of stuff. I did have a note in here that politically she was leaning toward the Democrat side, but over time, she seems to support any president who will stand up for women's rights. So she's not doesn't come off as a super political person. She's looking for equality for women, but not in a overly just a straightforward equality, not in I guess what you would call. I don't even know what you would call it.
Some people might think and say that she's a feminist because she's only going for that, but that's nothing wrong. I mean, you're looking for equality at the end of the day. That's a good fight to fight, you know.
Yeah, but not and so it's very, very cool of her. I did some more reading on that, and it was super cool. And then she was married to Ryan Reynolds.
Yep.
Which to me, I just but.
I'm like, how did that go wrong?
I mean, you think about it. I think she's more of a serious person. When I see her even off screen, compared to him, he's always like, oof.
Yeah.
Seems like, but I mean,
Sometimes opposites attract.
Yeah. So they were married from 2008 to 2011. And then she was married to a French businessman with whom she has a kid from 2014 to 17. And
was it Duriek or something like that? Duriek?
Yep. Rural name Duriek.
Yeah.
Maxim has included her in the Hot 100.
Is she married again or no?
I don't think
she's currently engaged to Colin Jost. He's one of the guys from Saturday Night Live.
Gotcha. Max included her in the Hot 100 from 2006 to 2014. How they missed the last 6 years, I have no clue. Maybe they're not doing it anymore.
Hold on a second. Frick, did you have your hand up for a reason? Frick was sitting there like in school, like raising her hand.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
TJ said that, well, she's real serious and he's real, funny, ha ha ha. And I'm just like, hello.
Like, have you met me in my hubby? Because I'm just saying.
I mean, he's like, you have the driest sense of humor. Like, we just watched a movie last night and he's like, you're really going to like this. And I'm like, yeah, no, I knew exactly how it was going to end. Like, no. So, yes, I see how that works.
She's been criticized in the media for promoting an image that causes unhealthy diets and eating disorders among women, basically because she's super pretty and works out, and she openly encourages people to maintain a healthy body and a healthy lifestyle.
Okay, you know what? If that's the case, then if you guys remember, I think it was a month or two.
She's not overly skinny.
Right.
She's curvy.
Do you guys remember when I was talking about Vera Wang like 2 months ago?
Yeah.
Yell at her then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, It's somebody just wanting to bitch about something. To be honest.
exactly.
His sister actually looks skinnier than Scarlett. Vanessa.
But who cares at the end of the day? Who cares how skinny or how big or not? I mean,
she's not an overly tiny girl because she's actually like, I mean, she got some curves. She's got some, and she's got some muscles. Like, so whatever. She appeared nude on the cover of the March 2006 issue of Vanity Fair. Download. It was alongside Keira Knightley. Sorry, I was making a note to myself.
And bookmark.
Some believe that the photo demonstrated that women are forced to flaunt their sexuality more often than men. And she did it because she was hot and wanted to. So whatever. And then in 2011, nude photographs of her came out that were hacked from her cell phone. Download.
I remember hearing about that.
A long time. They were published online following an FBI investigation. The hacker was arrested, pled guilty, and sentenced to 10 years in prison.
Wait, what year was that?
That was 2011.
So he'll be up by next year.
Yeah. Cool. Maybe we can get some new ones.
Oh, come on.
Just kidding. Don't do that. It's bad.
JK, folks. JK.
She said the photos had been sent to her then husband, Ryan Reynolds, 3 years before the incident. So like,
they were old.
They still on your phone? That guy had to do some scrolling to get back through them photos.
Or maybe he just did a search and did.
Did you just get an iCloud account? What happened?
Yeah.
I wouldn't doubt it.
So if you talk about Scarlett Johansson, if you're hearing this, then if you need to get somebody to help you with saving your materials and whatnot, we got somebody from Yes, your electronic specialist. We have down here for social media marketing as well. Finances, I'll help you out too. No worries. But anyways.
For your bills when you hack Scarlett's account, is that what you're going for?
No.
So that was
I'm too pretty for prison.
That was my focus on Scarlett Johansson. Like I said, I really like that even though she makes a whole bunch of money, she doesn't just sit idly by. She's made herself very, very successful off of her work, and but she is involved with a ton of charities. I couldn't even just list one or two of them because it's a bunch. She's involved with a bunch. A lot of them are focused around cancer, women's rights, and the homeless. So I just thought that that's really, really cool of her because those are, they're three things that really need to be worked on in this country anyways.
Cool. So, and again, so before we bring in our guest here online as well too, number one, I'm going to be making the drink for the evening. The what?
I said he's connecting.
Cool. So I'll be making the drink for the evening. Again, it's called a blue margarita. It's just a variation of it. I'll be posting the recipe on chat.
Is that like Texas Rose at Texas Cattle Company?
No, yeah. Well, I don't know if it's the same recipe they use or not. So I'll have to look at it next time. But again, so I'm gonna make that drink in the meantime. So I have all my things ready and whatnot. But we're gonna take a quick minute break or so. Got commercial coming up, and then we'll bring our guest, Mr. Robert Beshears.
The business world is always evolving, and you might be wondering how you can help your business stand out against the rest. In this day and age, you need to keep up with new trends without abandoning the tried and true methods of the past.
Let's say that you've done a lot of work to get your brand recognized by placing ads across different networks, and it's generating new website traffic and new social media followers, but it's just not generating sales. And now you're asking yourself, how do I continue to connect with these visitors to keep my company in front of their eyes, but turn them into customers?
First, you need to make sure that you have the best tools at your disposal. If you're already generating traffic and engagement, but the sales aren't converting, we believe one of the next best tools to utilize is retargeting, often called remarketing.
So retargeting is when you strategically but not annoyingly follow people who visited your website or engaged with you on social media pages, and you follow them with call to action based ads that encourages them to make a purchase.
You see these ads all the time with companies like Amazon, Wayfair, Groupon, etc. And you can do this too. It's quite affordable to do so. In our latest blog, we go into detail on how retargeting works and how it can make you stand out from the rest.
Now, learning about retargeting and its advantages, that's one thing. However, structuring a converting retargeting campaign is something completely different. That's where we come in.
Let TBA Marketing help you through the process so that you can avoid wasting time and money.
Visit tbamarketing.com, keyword retargeting, to learn more. Then contact us to schedule a consultation by filling out the form right there on our website. I'm TJ.
And I'm Brooke.
We are TBA Marketing.
Let your awesome out.
Always.
We're back.
All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome back. So we have the awesome Mr. Robert Beshears here with us this evening. But as always, I'm going to do my drink right now. I've already got it ready to shake and mix. I'm going to mute myself real quick. But team, go. Do what? Oh,
Shake and bake.
Shake, senora, shake it all the time. Work. Wait, okay, anyways. So yeah, I'm going to mute myself, make the drink. You guys introduce the great Mr. Robert Beshears, and welcome, sir.
Take it away, Eric.
Thank you for coming. I appreciate you. So to give you guys a little bit of a background, I met.
That's what she said.
I was like, what the hell is that?
I met Robert in our Adrian virtual happy hour thing that started with the whole COVID. And there's been many of nights where we've all gotten drunk together and cried and screamed. And yeah, we all became very close. And there's what, like 12 of us, I think, total?
Right in that area, about 12 of us.
Yeah. And then we actually got to all meet each other in person at Virginia's house. And I told you the story that, Robert had me pegged wrong, but, that was funny.
Yeah, I was definitely way off on that.
Most people get her wrong.
Yeah. But tell us about yourself. What do you do? And just tell us what you want to tell us, and then we'll probe you with questions.
Great. Now I feel like I just got abducted by aliens. So yeah. Well, first and foremost, I'm a loan officer with a mortgage company, local PRMG. Outside of that, Army veteran, proud father of 3 aggravating daughters.
Boy.
Happily married. Actually, we just celebrated 16 years together. So that right there, this day and age, is a massive accomplishment in my eyes.
And she's hot, so there's that.
Yeah, well, she has her perks.
I don't know her, so I'll leave her alone.
As she's sitting in the other room listening to this entire conversation. So she popped her head around the corner, slapped at me.
And she's been commenting, so.
I would say, tell her to jump in the chat.
Oh, I haven't seen anything.
But as far as that's concerned, I'm an open book. I led a very interesting life, I guess I would say.
Well, let's start with the probing real quick then. It was so kindly put.
Can we stop calling it probing?
I know.
So, I promise only one finger, but
Hey, if it takes more than double A's, then I don't want it.
how many knuckles? Okay, just kidding. Anyways, so now curious though, I said with the background you're talking about, and now even prefaced before any of this, thank you for your service. But with outside of that, how did you end up going, as you are now through the world? How did you end up in the world of loans? How did it just come about?
So after getting out of the military, I actually I started working at Badcock. I worked there for 12 years. I was their credit and collections manager. I handled the approval and denial of people's credit. I got into reviewing individuals' credit, and I grew a knack for it, of telling people how to fix their credit in order to get better at things. But keep in mind, outside of credit, I also did collections. Now, as collections, I handled repossession, litigation. I took people to court. I showed up with the sheriff's department to repossess their furniture. I got to play the dirty side of the Badcock home furniture side. That part I didn't. Trust me. The day that the 76-year-old grandmother put a 12 gauge to my face because I was taking her grandson's flat screen TV that he hadn't paid for, was the day I started questioning my career choice.
Yeah.
I'm like, listen,
Oh.
I'm not in the military. I don't need my life in danger every day.
Correct.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, I mean,
I thought you were gonna go with like you were taking her grandson's bed and like he was a toddler or something.
Yeah, I did not for
No. It wasn't even so much that. It's, trust me, I did have to handle situations like that. I wasn't proud of it, but it come with the territory.
Yeah.
Someone's got to do it.
Correct. So Badcock started making changes in their collection side, and I decided, you know what? It's time for me to part ways. I gave them a year's notice before I left.
Oh, wow.
Most people, you're lucky to get 2 days notice. I gave them a full year and said, look, I'm sorry, but this just isn't working for me anymore, and I'm going to go another route. Glad I did it. I mean, I truly am. I mean, it is stressful, but at the same time, it's also very rewarding.
Yeah, well, anything better than a 12 gauge to the face.
Well, that part right there, you know. Now it's just
I'm like, I didn't get approved for my mortgage.
Yeah, no, the only time I get threatened with guns now is whenever I upset my wife.
And rightly so.
You're good.
This is my fault for buying her guns for Valentine's, birthdays, Christmas, you know, name it. Call it what it is. Welcome to Florida. We are the gunshine state. So outside of that, that's what got me into loans. Was I got tired of being the bad guy, being that guy that if you don't pay your bill, then I'm going to show up and I'm going to take your stuff. Now I pride myself in the fact of I work with those hard to help cases, those people that don't have the world's greatest credit, but still have a good enough credit score to where I can get you into your home. I get tired of hearing people tell me every single day, oh, I'm renting this 2-bedroom, 2-bath, and I'm paying $2,000 a month. In my head, $2,000 a month,
Jesus.
You might as well be financing a $250,000 home.
Yeah, that's you could find a mortgage for $865 a month, and you're paying double.
Correct.
Our friend was looking for a place, and she needed at least 2-bedroom, 2-bath, fenced in with a yard, and they were not ready to buy yet.
Mm-hmm.
So they needed to rent. And she's like, I need to stay under $1,400 a month. I'm like, oh, that should be no problem. And I started helping her look, and everything. That's hard to find a 2-bedroom, 2-bath. It's normally a 3-bedroom, 2-bath if you're going to get the fence yard and all that.
Right.
But everything was running like $1,700 was like an average, $1,700 to $1,800 to rent a 2-bedroom or a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. And I'm like, that is insane.
I remember being out in Brandon. You guys remember the apartment I had out there?
Yeah.
And that apartment, which was what, 615 square feet. Now it was 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, had a little small patio area screened in or whatever. You know, yeah, and I had amenities, you know, the 2 pools, the blah, blah, this and that. That's great, the workout area. But even then still, for all that, just for the room and whatever, I was still only paying $850 a month just for that.
Yeah.
I was paying a mortgage, and I didn't realize any better knowing that, hey, now I'm glad I have no mortgage anymore and not to pay anything, but still, it's people don't know the numbers and they don't know where to start. And that's where the mortgage lender comes in to help out with those scenarios going, hey, if you have this much, et cetera, if you don't have the 20%, you know, is there going to be oh, the hell, I just went blank on that. The MPI, is it MPI?
Mortgage insurance.
Yeah, your mortgage.
Yeah. So PMI, I'm sorry, private mortgage insurance, and et cetera. Yeah, but there's things you can do. So it's, and like you said, you've seen the double-edged sword going like, there's the horrible cases, but there are those that, you know, hey, deserve a little bit of attention.
Yeah.
So that's
the
cool.
biggest thing. I mean, it's my niche product because of course, inside of mortgages, you've got to have your niche product on what you're good at. I mean, I focus on VA home loans. I want to make sure that our veterans are getting what they are entitled to. They served us. Allow me to spend some time and help you get into your house.
Right.
That is what I devote my time to inside of the mortgage industry. Now, that's not saying that, oh, that's the only loan that I'll do is a VA home loan. I'll do FHA, conventional, and USDA loans all day long. But that is about 65% of my pipeline is VA home loans. You figure 1 out of every 7 individuals or adults in the state of Florida is a veteran, either currently serving or has served at some point in time. So that's a massive number.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was that many.
Yep.
Now, quick question, a little off topic though. Is that a TV behind you there, Robert?
TV behind me.
Behind your left shoulder?
This shoulder TV.
No, that's a room, and
that's my bar.
yeah.
Oh, okay. No, it just looks dark. I'm like,
Actually, over there's the kitchen. So
okay. No, I'm sorry. For a second, I look at like a TV. I'm like, is that the guy that didn't pay? Is that his TV back there?
Right. Yeah. No, actually, that was with COVID. I ended up having to set up a home office.
So have I.
Yeah. So I have had to steal our breakfast nook and turn it into my personal office. And then, of course, now that my wife has came on with our company as my file starter, junior processor, whatever the case you want to call her, I completely remodeled the old office and turned that into her personal office.
Nice.
So,
Awesome.
You get the breakfast nook and she gets the real office.
well, my job is very much to the point where I can travel. I can grab that go bag right there, and that is a portable office. I can go write a home loan sitting inside of Starbucks.
Yeah.
Nice.
And
No, let's be honest. You're just closer to the crown.
this is true too.
I mean,
Look,
details.
well, it has its perks. We'll call it what it is.
Well, watching Megan cook has its perks too. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but watching her cook, never mind. I'm gonna.
Well, we just went from PG-13 to get
Oh,
your
his wife's
parents.
hot. Like, Megan, you need to come out of the room. I'm just saying.
You just go and be like, hey, honey.
Don't look at me like that.
I think I kind of know where this is going, but as a loan officer, I know that people are always probably emailing you, calling you. You're kind of on call 24/7. How do you take a step back and unwind and relax?
I heard Crown.
Yeah, I was like, when he mentioned Crown, I was like, I kind of know where this is going, but
So honestly, it's I don't really have an off button. I mean, even throughout this entire podcast, I've been sitting here working on files, and there's many nights to where you've seen me. I mean, I'll sit here and work on files until 10, 11, 12 o'clock at night. Turn around, get back up at 6 o'clock in the morning. And now that my office is 50 feet away from my bed, I will be in the office within 8 minutes of getting out of bed. It's my phone is constantly nonstop. It rings. It's text message, emails, phone calls. I don't stop. But I don't stop because I want to be able to provide the best that I possibly can for my family.
And it's awesome. And also, I'm sure that you can at the same time say, I am so thankful that I'm having that problem where it's 24/7 going on.
Oh yeah, by no means am I complaining about the fact of my phone ringing off the hook. It's, I'll be honest with you, one of my biggest competitors is Quicken Home Loans. But yet at the same time, while they're my competitor, I applaud them. I love the fact of them because of the simple fact that they have a endless supply of money, and they can put out this commercial and this commercial and this commercial to keep the public hungry to want to look at purchasing or refinancing. And then whenever they go to them and they offer them this rate, and then they come to me and I offer them that rate, who actually wins here? So, hey,
Right.
all day long.
That's good. And like I said, I mean, especially since you're also more niche, and I don't know if that's the right term to use for you, but I said, like you're saying, you're focusing not only on the VA material, but I mean, it's one of your fortes. So, but it's cool because I know those processes. I myself as work as a financial educator or a financial advisor, and I understand that it's not easy sometimes to navigate those waters. Because even for myself, actually, funny you kind of mentioned that because I use Rocket Mortgage through a lot of my people because we get the wholesaler prices and everything else. So I can help with the refining, but I can't do something like a VA loan as well. But if I have somebody, I know that I can easily reach out and say, hey, cool, you know what? This kind of scenario, let me get you to Robert. He knows he's more specific. He's somebody you can talk to. It's not a 1-800 number. And that matters a lot when it comes to this money movement, to be honest.
You're absolutely. And
So,
that's the biggest thing. You nailed it right on the head right there. I'm not a 1-800 number. And my ex-boss, when I worked at Badcock, he used to say that whenever you call us, you're not calling a 1-800 number or a 1-800 I don't care. You're calling and you're getting somebody that you know personally. And that's what I like to bring to this is I want to bring that human touch. You're not a number to me. You're not just a paycheck to me. You are literally, I want to be a part
Frank!
of.
There it was. She's been waiting. She's been waiting.
That's all right. I gave her 20 minutes of me not saying it. So
She specifically pulled that hashtag back in for the night because she said, all you.
Question. Did she tell you about that or no?
Nope.
Okay, all right. Okay, just making sure. I just like I don't want collusion here.
So in all honesty, to clear the air, I actually have been watching since y'all went live. So I did hear about hashtag, but
well then you also know that we apologize for the first 10 minutes of no audio.
Yeah. I am very guilty about using that word. No, Erica, I'm not giving you this one. So yeah, it's a large word that is in my vocabulary, no different than the 90s with totally like.
Oh, I still do the like. It's bad for me.
She was real bad with it.
I still catch myself because TJ has pointed it out so much over the last 17 years or so.
Listen, years ago though, it was so bad. She could not say.
I couldn't even complete a sentence without saying it.
And it's like, and she was like, and I was like, and they were like, and I like, and I'm like, oh my god. I can't take it.
Not to deviate too much from this, but and I let Erica get to her question, but I know the word for myself that I'm still working to this day is taking the word just.
Yeah.
I'm just saying hi. I'm just checking out. I just wanted to call. No, it's just like, hey, I want to call you. I wanted to reach out.
Yes, I catch myself when I send emails to clients. I always, obviously, you go back and reread before you send things. And I catch myself so many times taking out the word just reaching out and just checking in. I just wanted to say hi. Like, stop. It's hard. Whatever you wanted to do, that's what you were there to do. You're not just doing that. Like.
Anyway, so I'll let Erica get to her question now. Sorry.
Well, Robert, you have a very, very colorful childhood. If you choose to tell them about it, that's completely up to you. But how do you think that childhood of yours made you the person that you are? What made you either change or not change that childhood? So now I'm going to make you tell them about it.
And before you answer, just don't forget, this is being recorded and we are posting it later. So
yeah, no, so he'll fix it.
Yeah, for the next 10 minutes, redacted.
He will.
Oh, to be politically correct. Let's see.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thanks. How did my childhood dictate who I became today? All right. My childhood set me up for, why do I feel like I'm applying for a job? Wow.
We do that.
Are we intimidating?
That almost came out my nose.
Did it burn?
Not what she said.
No matter.
I do not want a margarita
Hey,
coming
you're
out my
hired.
nose.
No matter what you say, you're hired. Doesn't matter.
All right. I love
No
it.
pressure.
So honestly, my childhood set me up for success because it taught me how to become a chameleon, how to blend into my environment.
You're welcome.
Funny, we were just talking about that.
Don't say just. It's about as bad as saying literally.
That's our next
Next
hashtag week.
I didn't say the whole world. Word. I
Word.
can't say words. I'm sorry. Go on, chameleon.
You're good. I mean, I grew up in a very diverse, different, what's the right word? Gypsy type lifestyle. I would bounce around from house to house and neighborhood to neighborhood. It didn't really matter. I could hang out with the rednecks one day and hang out with the brothers the next, and then go and hang out with the Mexicans down the road or whatever. It didn't bother me. I mean, Erica, you've sat here, you've seen the inside of my house, you've met some of my friends. I'm not by any means socially awkward. At times there are things that I do say that make it sound like I'm socially awkward, but I mean good by it, not, I don't mean a negative whenever I'm saying it. But at the same time, I feel like I have to go back and explain myself on what I've said.
Well, and you're right. If people don't know you just yet, you know, like if I just mentioned the first time and somebody is not used to perhaps your type of humor, like Erica might know you, then you're right. I mean, somebody might be like, WTF.
No, he just says some off the wall shit, and like if he doesn't explain it, like he can start like World War III.
In that case, shut up.
Yeah.
Don't.
It's the reason why I sat there and said, you know, I've got to be PC about this. There are times where I kind of let my mouth overload my backside. I mean, I don't know how I don't know how G-rated we are allowed to be in this.
Well, apparently we're saying shit and everything else, so
Okay.
it's okay on that. But I mean, we try to keep it upbeat, obviously.
Yeah.
So happy shit.
There we go. There we go.
Yeah.
Happy shit. Stay away from the F-bombs and we're doing great. Gotcha.
We try.
Something earlier.
But after two of these, I'm not sure.
The dog spilled my drink earlier, and I think I let it fly.
Okay, well, in that case, then we don't need a drink, literally.
I'll drink. Whatever.
I'll drink for that. There's that booty.
Hey.
Hey, Megan.
I was gonna say, I think I saw a booty.
Got a nice booty. Sorry. I apologize.
I missed it, so I'm watching the replay. Hold on.
Erica.
Megan's
Erica's drink.
absolutely not. She is not coming on screen this evening. Yep, there goes my wife's booty in the replay. I found it. All right.
Love it.
90 seconds behind us. There we go.
Yeah.
That is a long delay there.
Yeah, it is.
It really
It's,
is. And it
quite the
catches us
delay.
off guard because in the chat, the people in the chat will ask a question
And
then
were,
they think we're ignoring them. Like, we're not ignoring you. It's
Yeah.
a full
It's-
minute and a half behind.
Yeah, it's about actually we did the oh sorry. Hey, I'm back. So apparently that's starting to hit. But anyways, yeah, I'm underwater under this. Anyways, so it's anywhere between.
Is it pregame?
No, maybe I don't know. So I keep forgetting not to because Fridays hurt, but. Yeah, but anyway, we're anywhere between 15 seconds to 60 seconds in delay, depending on your connection. So
90.
it could be up to 90. So, anywho,
Hey,
as
we
you were, sir, I apologize. Continue with your colorful background.
My colorful background. I mean, literally.
Come on, man.
You're welcome.
You're the reason my Fridays hurt.
Just be glad we're not doing shots. So
Yeah.
We wouldn't make it till next show. We'd be hosting from the graveyard.
I'm gonna go see my hairdresser.
oh well, then y'all will not be able to drink with me.
True story.
It's I make that sound so bad.
As you were.
Yeah, exactly. We'll blame it on the military. Or we could blame it on my children. No, I'm not gonna blame it on my children. The drinking came well before them. Hence the reason they're here. I mean,
Hey. We have something.
Oh my gosh. I hope years down they just don't watch this video going like, this is why we're here.
oh, I think they might already know. No,
So why are you here? Daddy loves Crown.
no, Daddy loved Mommy
Oh.
and Crown.
In that order.
Ah. Good save.
Nice. I mean, like I said, that is what I believe has set me up for success as far as to be able to get along with people. Outside of that, I mean, my military background, that definitely helped me. Honestly, I'm not afraid to say this. Had I not went into the service, I would have probably ended up in prison. I'm not ashamed to admit that. I was a hellion growing up. Not so much that I was like breaking into people's houses and doing all kinds of other craziness, but I got into my fair share of trouble. Went to the service, corrected myself with a lot of their help. Ended up catching a medical discharge. 2 weeks later, my unit was deployed over to Afghanistan. Yeah, not a great conversation there. But that's whenever I came home and it was time to call it what it is. That's when it was time to knuckle up. I had fun up until about 2009. January the 11th of 2009, I was diagnosed with leukemia.
Oh, wow.
I was 26 years old. My oldest daughter was 10 months old.
Oof.
Yeah. So that's when I decided it was time to get right. I walked into a hospital and they said, you have 7 days left to live. The hardest conversation that I have ever had was calling my wife and telling her that they just diagnosed me with cancer. And then B, calling my mom. Calling my mom was the hardest thing I've ever had to do. To say, I need you at the hospital. They just told me I have cancer and they've given me 7 days left to live.
God.
We have to schedule, we've got to get my final arrangements in order. Yeah.
And I'm sorry, you said this was 2009?
Yeah, that was 2009.
Okay, well, glad you're here today. Holy crap.
Yeah, no kidding. It's something that I live with on a day-to-day basis. They've told me that the type of cancer that I have, that there is no cure for it because it's genetic, that I could wake up tomorrow morning and it'd be back. I went into remission after my first round of chemo, lived 6 months in Lakeland Regional, to the point where I had my mail forwarded to Lakeland Regional because that's where I lived at.
Wow.
Yeah. Did you know that you can actually have your mail forwarded there?
I do
Yes.
now.
You do now. So, but yeah, that was the most trying time of my life. Trying to understand that. I went through a very dark period for about 2 years thereafter, and around 2011, that's whenever I said, you know what, it's time to quit sitting here and drawing a disability check, because of course the government, I'd survived, but they put me on Social Security disability. And they were giving me a whopping $1,300 a month to sit at home and do nothing. And my mother actually looked at me and she said, if you're well enough to go hunt, fish, and run around in the streets and drink your liver away, then you're well enough to go out there and work. And I was like, oh, no, no, no. And I hate to say it. At that point, I was scared to death. I was scared to be around somebody if they had a cold, if they had a cough, because
because they told you had 7 days and all these things could happen. I mean,
well, the thing is that the chemo treatments that they had given me, it killed my immune system. To this day, I'm still immune deficient.
Mhm.
And we're talking, 11 years, 11 and a half years ago. And they told me I will always be immune deficient. So I'm more susceptible to getting a virus or whatever, but I don't let that hinder me.
that's awesome, man. And sorry to cut you off real quick.
Yeah.
But seriously, hearing this, and like I said, and I can only imagine how many other people are watching right now and can relate somewhat closely to that, because I can't say that I've ever been through that or something of that nature. But I mean, that is so awesome to hear your story. So, and please, this is nothing against you whatsoever. Okay, Robert, please, this is not against you. This is going towards E. You always bring us somebody
That makes us cry.
or like a story of some sort of some background, and we're sitting here like,
I know, we're all like happy talking about drinking.
We're sitting here going like, what am I complaining about in life?
We're having fun.
This person has done these great many things, and I keep thinking like, I am useless. Why am I even here? You know, this person's done so many things.
I'm like, what have I done with my life?
So again, nothing against you, Robert. We're making fun of you here. No, but we love hearing these stories, because you know what? Other people can resonate to that. They've either gone through something like that or have had a family member as well who has, you know, perhaps experienced some of that, and they haven't heard somebody else talk about it and say, oh my gosh, I can talk about it and not feel like I'm stuck. You know, and then it's okay to express that feeling or that emotion. So it's really cool, man. I mean, so first and foremost, I mean, not because I say the word, but I want to cheers to you. That's awesome, man. First and foremost. So I have social drink here for everybody. But you did say something though that I did want to kind of lead TJ into, because you mentioned something about fishing and hunting and these kind of things. So that kind of ties into one of the questions though that I want TJ to ask, because I'm kind of curious as well.
Yeah, your question. Babe.
You said the Gunshine State. So, in the plethora of guns that he put in there, there's a plethora of guns.
Not a couple.
Favorite one that you own?
Favorite one that I own, or favorite one that I'm currently building?
Favorite one. What's your favorite one that you own? And then let's get into both, because I like talking about that.
Okay, so
favorite one that you own and why? And
my favorite one that I own a Ruger M77 7mm Remington Magnum.
7mm.
Why do I own it? Because if I shoot it, then damn it, I know it's going to die. I'm not one to get out of my stand when I'm hunting to go track it through the woods. I want to make sure that there's a big enough hole in it that it doesn't go running through the woods. Yeah. So we'll call it what it is. That's my favorite one that I own.
And that's a rifle?
That is a rifle.
Okay. No guns knowledge here.
No, you're fine.
Except for Desert Eagle, and I've shot one. That's about it.
That's okay. The favorite one that I am working on right now, I'm working on building the 300 Blackout.
God, you got to keep researching. Hold on, 300 Blackout.
Carlos,
what is it?
Google.
So 300 Blackout is going to be built off of an AR platform.
Jesus.
So I'm looking at building it in a 10.5-inch barrel. So essentially it's just an oversized pistol.
Yeah.
But it fires a supersonic round that it's just an awesome gun. We'll call it what it is.
So what are you shooting? A Concorde?
You guys looking it up.
I'm looking at a couple of them.
They're pretty badass.
Good gosh, man.
Outside of that, I also
build me one.
I have a second build that I'm working on, which is going to be a 6.5 Creedmoor, and I'm going to do that in a 18-inch barrel.
6.5 Creedmoor, what? I tell you, I know nothing when I'm talking to my friends about guns. I'm going like, yeah, they make noises.
I know like
things.
Small basics. I don't know.
So Virginia just texted me.
We have
and
a
told me that hush for a second.
You were talking, you whisper. Stop.
No. Robert, Virginia just texted me and said that she still has the video of all the guns when you came out to show and tell.
Oh Lord.
Gosh.
Well, she posted in chat too. She's got a video of a gun safe.
Uh-oh.
Did she?
I gotta check it out.
Go ahead, TJ, I'm sorry.
No, you good.
Oh Lord, does she?
Oh, I thought she posted the video. No, she just
No,
said.
yeah, it's like, and channel end.
Volume tonight.
Yeah.
Tell me you're talking.
I don't have a large collection. I only own about 9 or 15 guns.
I own 9. The other 7 are my wife's.
That's a possibility too.
And then his Carrie's kids.
They don't count if you bought them for her. They're her guns. You get
So,
to
but-
keep them
As
on
long as y'all don't tell her what they're worth, then we're doing great.
Yeah, 100%.
Now,
Yeah,
here's a nice thing though. Anybody who chooses to date Robert's daughters in the future, if you're watching this video, be careful.
if you're watching this video, you need to Google 300 blackout.
Yes.
That's what you need to Google. Just Google that right there, and you watch your ass.
Honestly, that's not even the one that you really got to worry about.
I'm sure it's
Not
looking.
I mean, I sit here and I say my favorite, but at the same time, my everyday carry is my LC9. I carry a 9mm on me on a regular basis,
That was an
and
LC9.
I prefer that over my
A
Glock.
Ruger. Okay, I know Rugers. Yeah.
I prefer that over my Glock only because it's a single stack 9mm as opposed to a double stack. It just feels more comfortable in my hands.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, we have our first gun was a Springfield XDS because we weren't comfortable with guns. They were scary and they're spooky, and they are scary and spooky. But we got that because of the double safety, and now that we've had it and we've been shooting a couple times, not as often as we want to. But yeah, now that we have it, I'm like, okay, I'm ready to.
I'm more comfortable that I'm not going to accidentally shoot someone.
Yeah, I don't need a double safety. It's annoying.
And we also don't have a newborn.
Buy my Springfield XDS.
Before we had a newborn,
sale.
I didn't want him to reach in my purse or something.
Right.
And
Yeah. So now I'm in the process. I would like another 45 because I have so much ammo that that I would like another 45 that is not a dual safety. So I'm gonna start looking for that, but I would like to get a 9 that we can carry. So that way we have that. And I've been I had just done a post up a week and a half or 2 weeks ago, asking what everybody's favorite carry holsters were for concealed, and then shopping for ammo. I've been shopping for the last month or so. There's several companies that get them in local, but I don't have time to go to a store and try and catch it on a whim that they might have it. So we've been shopping online, or I've been shopping online, and I just did another search today. Like a lot of places have been out, but ammosearch.com or something like that posts up and pulls a bunch of stores that have stuff. But my buddy Childs owns a concealed carry class company is basically what he does, and he sent me some links to look at. But yeah, I'm looking for 223 for our AR-15 because we do have one, just because I needed to own a badass gun to feel like a man, apparently.
To shoot all the crazy fish in the back pond.
But we have that, so now I've probably got about 500 rounds, but I want to buy like another 500 because 500 rounds is like a range day.
Yeah, absolutely. So I make it a habit that every paycheck I go and I buy somewhere in the ballpark about 100 rounds.
That's cool. Yeah.
Just so that they're there. I mean, if I can go pick up 100 rounds for $50,
yeah,
and then
that's easy to do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So 3 quick notes. Number 1, TJ, remind you that one of my other best friends, Johan, he actually showed me a shirt that he bought that it actually goes underneath like a regular shirt you can wear, and it actually has a pre-built-in holster, so that way it's kind of hugging. So I'm not sure if you already looked into those. So that's number 1. Number 2, I have a trivia question that I set up.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
For Mr.
Guns for 45 minutes.
We will.
Yeah.
Offended you have another best friend that you're claiming, so I'd like to talk about that.
Listen, I have my original. Okay, hold on. I put them in categories. I have my original 4 best friends. Okay, 1 being Buddha, 2 being Johan, 3 being TJ Brooks. They come as a package, and you being number 4. So
Come as a
I
package.
can show you a package.
yeah. So when I say TJ, when I say Brooke, I mean both of them. So it's just deal with it.
Stop talking about my package.
All right. Anyways, but yeah. So number 2 is Robert. Is your last name Beshears? Beshears?
Beshears. Essentially,
Beshears.
take the word "be" and shears,
Shears.
like cut with.
Okay,
and
cool. Just like it's typed. Okay.
That's
So now you know about mortgages, obviously, working around here, etc. But we're going to talk a little more internationally. So here's the question, and I'll give you 4 options. So in Scotland, people paint the front of the front door of their houses red. Now, why do they do that? Is it because A, they love their realtor, B, they inherited the home from a royal ancestor, C, they paid off their mortgage, or D, their HOA made them do it?
Well, it's not D.
HOA.
yeah, no, it's not the H.
So did you all see Robert
the red
Blair
light
when you
district?
started
But
this?
Hold on, I'm sorry, what, Erica?
I said, did you see Robert glare at me when you said the Jenna trivia question for him? I was like, I saw that.
So red door in Scotland. I'm going to go with B. Was because of the relative, correct?
They inherited from a royal ancestor.
No, I'm going to go with C. That it's paid off.
That is correct.
What is it?
By that
Have they
because
paid off their mortgage?
you hinted towards it as soon as you asked the question with the whole mortgage thing. So
Not a very
Damn
good
it.
poker player. Don't turn it.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, you just screwed up the whole display. Thanks,
Sorry, she's retarded. Her first time.
Her first
Now he's Patty.
time tonight, baby.
Yeah, she's the
So
Oh,
awesome.
funny.
Now we're also going to play a game tonight that you can hopefully join us.
So
Yeah, if you'd like to play. It's a very simple game. It's called You Decide. And with this, we're actually we're doing the movies from 2015, correct?
Yes. That is the one I chose.
Okay. Awesome. Virginia got the answer right too, by the way. Good job, Virginia.
that is weird though. You change your door color just because you're. Oh, look, I'm bougie. I paid off my house.
I would paint it to piss people off.
Yeah. his girl.
Like, I don't know what color it is. Leave me alone.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, Erica would fail at that.
Oh, shit. Shut up.
So you say, hey, what'd you paint the fuchsia? I have no idea.
Colorblind.
All right. So again, Robert, where this game is called You Decide. Essentially, what's happening here is we're going to go against different types of movies here, and you have to pick one or the other. So the majority is going to basically win to the next bracket. But if you're falling into the minority, or if you're the only person that chooses, or if we all choose, then that person drinks or the group drinks.
In other words, we drink.
Yeah. So that's pretty much it. So we're going to start here with the first options that we have. And the first one is, so which one do you like best? Star Wars, The Force Awakens, or Cinderella? And again, these are movies from 2015.
Yeah, it's the new Cinderella.
The new Cinderella. So our guest has first choice.
Now, if I haven't seen either, how do I answer that?
Aha.
To the best of your knowledge.
Oh,
Robert, what kind of movies do you like?
again, did you not hear me earlier when I said I work 24/7?
Yeah.
Okay,
So,
what kind of movie would you go see?
He has 3 daughters, so I'm leaning towards Cinderella. He might choose.
Right?
I was actually going to say Cinderella because after the Star Wars flop, everyone kind of shunned it. So yeah, I'm going to say Cinderella.
Oof. You just made enemies with TJ and Brooke.
I'm sorry.
Hey, it is what it is. Everybody has their own. It's okay, and he hasn't seen either, so we're good.
Exactly.
Which means you need to go watch The Force Awakens. If you are any kind of Star Wars fan from the original series, not 1, 2, and 3, the original series.
Yeah, 4, 5, 6.
And if you didn't like Star Wars, then don't go watch it.
So you're talking about the one that came out in like 1976?
77?
Yeah, the 4, 5, 6, the original.
Yeah, so I started to watch it. I made it through the first 45 minutes, and yeah, no.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that I'm not a fan. I just
No, that's okay.
It's not your thing. It's fine.
No, it's 100% what you're saying.
No. This is where I make enemies.
No, you're good. No.
I'm not a Star Wars fan.
I won't judge
Star
you
Trek
on
fan.
your taste in movies.
Also, do we return to phone calls?
I'm dead serious. I thoroughly enjoy watching Star Trek. I don't know why, but
Hey.
I can sit there and binge watch it like people do Sex in the City or Friends or something like that.
What's your favorite Star Trek series? Not that I don't want to jump off topic, but
Right, no.
Next Generation was always mine. I loved watching, and I think I grew up. I think I grew up in that time.
I want to say it was Next Generation. It's going to have to be
Yeah.
right there. Yeah.
I just got it. I think that I grew up in that time. That it's that mid '80s to mid '90s.
When Lamar Burton was Data, yeah.
No, that wasn't Data. He was Geordie LaForge.
Yeah, I'm sorry. You're right. I didn't say that I was a avid watcher. I said I can binge watch it, but I don't memorize names.
Yeah, I like Next Generation series. Go ahead, Carlo.
So real quick, I don't know who Virginia is angry at, but I'm gonna assume it's with you, Robert. So how the bell are we friends? I don't know. How are Bell's friends?
The problem is that she already knows this. She's just trying to still comprehend how I don't watch Star Wars. So
okay, so I'm assuming that for TJ and Brooke that we're choosing Star Wars.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I'm going with Star Wars as well. How about you, Frick?
Oh yeah.
Okay, all right. So on this one, you drink Mr. Beshears.
I'm sure he's real sad.
Yeah. Oh no.
Oh no! Oh no!
what liver?
All right. So next one. So we have Hunger Games Mockingjay or Jurassic World. Mr. Beshears.
Hunger Games.
Frick.
Hunger Games.
Oh, that's me. Yeah. I was like, holy, it's like an idiot waiting for a stop sign to turn green.
Paddy Wack.
Yeah. Again, it's the idiot waiting for the stop sign to turn green. Anyways, yeah, I'm going with Hunger Games too.
Wait, is there a language barrier with lights too?
It's none of your business. Anyways.
I'm gonna go with Hunger Games. I love the whole Jurassic Park series, but
Yeah.
as a substantial movie that was actually about something.
Jurassic World had its points and it was
Yeah.
really great, but Hunger Games, just the series in general, was incredible. So yeah.
I feel like it had more depth.
All right, so we all chose the same one. So social.
Social.
Sorry. Dog has once again
Oh, if you
ruined
couldn't
our
tell
night.
by the cup there, guy.
Hey Robert, I'm flirting with your wife in Messenger, just so you know.
Ah, well, whatever.
Wait, TJ, are you drinking out of
Warm her
cup?
up for you.
I'm just curious. Are you drinking out of cup 2D2?
Cup 2D2. Why did it take us 20 weeks to come up with that?
I have no idea. It just hit me.
Speaking of Cup 2D2, can I have the refill 2D2?
That's my reason.
Oh!
All right. So the next one.
Good, because I hadn't finished my drink yet.
So next one. Avengers: Age of Ultron or Ant-Man? Mr. Guest.
Ant-Man was on a whole nother level of itself.
It's not your guest goes
Ultron,
first.
I think Ultron was one of the weakest Avengers movies.
You're not guest. Guest goes first.
It was one of the weakest, but at the same time, Ant-Man was more of a comedy than it was
Superhero.
So I'm going Avengers all day long.
Frick? Avengers. Patty?
I'm going Avengers. I felt like it played a more integral role in the Marvel series than Ant-Man.
I was just trying to play devil's advocate. I mean, Ant-Man was incredible with what they did with it.
Right.
Because it made it the way that
It
they
made it deeper
that
than
movie
it was.
well, in it they shifted a lot of things with that. It was really cool the way that they took the technology in that movie and moved it. It was awesome. But Avengers again tied in and brought in 5, 7, maybe 10 additional characters that pulled into Endgame. So, yep, Avengers it's got to take it.
Yeah. Even though I know a lot of the movies have inconsistencies, but that's one of the biggest movies with inconsistencies that people complain about, especially being Ant-Man, where about like all of a sudden he can walk on top of a gun, but he keeps the same mass and he can punch people as a grown adult, but how can he walk on a gun? And so
he's wearing a mask. You can do anything in a mask.
Yeah, obviously.
All
Well,
right.
I mean, they kind of all wear masks, to be honest.
As long as you wear a mask, you can do anything, whatever you put your mind to.
All right, so the next one,
in the history of the world.
and you can tell TJ the drinks are hitting. So okay, so the next
Eric's just like, bye.
okay, so the next one is San Andreas.
Try me, Heffa.
So the next one is
I never see you wear it anywhere, but you don't post selfies, so
Yeah.
you don't go anywhere, so it's not like
The Mayos.
She's like,
Mike Mayo came in, detailed our car today, and he sucked up my normal mask, which is my Baby Yoda mask, and the vacuum. So he said, "You're gonna want to wash that." But my backup one says only remove for wine, and it's in like sparkly glitter, and it's super cute. However, I had to wear it to pick my kid up from school today.
And all the teachers love her even more than they already do.
I'm sure, especially since one of the teachers apparently watches the show.
Well, that and Brooke in a past life apparently was a teacher.
I don't know where
she goes in, plays with all the kids.
I do. I love when they're being like sweet and cuddly, and I can deal with.
They all give her hugs every morning.
When
they try to give us both hugs, and I'm like,
yeah. When they give us
hugging somebody else,
like someone like they're acting out or something, and I try to calm them down or distract them. I don't know how I do it because at home, I feel like I get stressed out a lot easier, and it's probably because you get more stressed out with your own kids than you do other people's.
Yeah.
Kids. I don't know.
No, but we leave the class and we're like, okay, everybody be good. No timeouts, no this and that. We had like a week of no bad reports. We're like, I don't know what's going on. That's us. It's us. It's other parents being like, no timeouts, be good. They're like, they're on to us. And then Tyler gets scratched.
All right. So the next movies.
Yep. Onward.
Yep.
All right. San Andreas or The Martian? Guessed.
No competition.
San Andreas.
Oh my
Oh, Frick.
San Andreas.
The Martian.
Thank you.
Oh, Martian!
Thank you.
I was like, have you people
Martian.
seen The Martian?
Oh.
Have you seen it?
Have you guys seen The Martian? Pinky up, Erica.
No. Okay.
Robert, have you seen it? It's okay to be honest.
I don't like it.
That was with Matt Damon, right?
Matt Damon. Matt Damon.
Yeah. Seen it. Not a fan.
Okay.
That's fair. That's
you,
fair.
Fair.
You are not a science fiction guy, as we have also kind of noted here. Erica.
Reason why I served in the Army and not Space Force.
I think Erica would like
Erica,
it.
I actually think you would like The Martian.
It's not a comedy, so I think you would like it.
Yeah.
Oh, I have seen that, and I didn't really like it.
Oh,
Wow.
Again, don't have Erica pegged. I'll drink.
Yeah.
Nobody can
I'm
have
with
this
you.
bitch pegged.
Nobody can.
It's
Yeah.
impossible. Peg Erica. No, you can't.
It's only been
The only
like
that
one of our
pegs her
best
is
friends.
Kevin.
Yeah.
The only one pegging her is Kevin.
Oh my
I'll
God.
drink that.
I almost spit everything on top of my laptop.
Hey,
Thank God
Kev,
I
we
didn't.
love you. You're not watching tonight, but whatever.
Maybe he is. He's just not talking.
No,
All right. Okay. So stay on target here. Stay on target.
Stay on target.
All right. So now we have these next two going on here on the quarterfinal. So we have Star Wars: The Force Awakens or Hunger Games: The Mockingjay. Guessed.
I feel like we might lose it.
I know I'm going to be the odd man out. Hunger Games.
Star
All
Wars.
right. Frick.
Star Wars.
I'm going Mockingjay as well.
Oh, Brooke's face.
Star Wars. I mean,
Yeah, you know where I gotta go. I just the reply.
Man, I feel like
apparently
Erica on our team here.
So
apparently we're gonna have some words this Saturday at the wedding.
again, I like Hunger Games. I like Mockingjay. The story was really good, but Star Wars, the way that they pulled in their new characters and made it, and blended a lot of things together.
Yeah, they didn't go super CGI, and they kept it.
Oh, shut up.
Hey, in Force Awakens, it was good.
Actually, there was a funny TikTok video, even though they're in the middle of a lawsuit, about explaining the names and how they got them all wrong. And was it you guys who posted that? Or
No, but I did see that video the other day.
Okay, yeah, exactly.
I wasn't able to like it because Zuckerberg fucking hates me.
But I'm like, he's not incorrect. Anyways, so apparently, Robert, you and I, we are odd men out.
Biden to Hitler. Whatever.
So we drink.
What did we do?
My bad.
I don't know.
They're drinking.
The minorities are drinking.
And Brooks was drinking.
You said whatever, we drink. I said okay.
Whatever.
I'm not trying to cause a fight here.
Yeah, and whatever benefits me post show, you guys watch your mouth.
So apparently I need another beer now because I ran out of my margarita here. So so the next two options now are
you're good.
Avengers: Age of Ultron or The Martian. So guest.
Avengers.
Frick?
Avengers.
She didn't like the Martian.
Oh, I hate you all. I'm going with The Martian on this one.
Listen, if you could just hear Brooke humming in the background like a freaking puppy dog, I don't even know. Somebody give her a treat. Got this, guys.
I don't know.
It's a very tough one.
That is very tough because, like we mentioned, Age of Ultron is one of the Marvel.
Yeah,
However, you do need it as an integral part of the story.
Mm-hmm.
So, and Martian, it was just a standalone movie.
So it doesn't phenomenal.
To a big picture, it doesn't have like a deeper impact into a storyline.
Erica's like, shut up and make your soul.
So I feel like I have to go with Age of Ultron.
Oh.
I feel like it plays into a bigger part of a story.
Send it. There it goes.
There it goes.
Yep.
Star Wars or Avengers?
Star Wars or Avengers.
Well, I already know.
This is kind of where I knew the bracket was going to end up.
I didn't.
Really?
You end up having two very large powerhouse movies.
That's usually how it happens. It's just you should have been here for Inception week.
Oh, yeah. Inception week just called from the bracket. We're like, whatever, that one wins. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. So why are we even talking?
Why are we doing
it? Also wins this week.
Wins.
It also
probably.
wins this week. You know,
yeah. So what we're doing is making it through the years, little by little, and creating a champions bracket. And right now, Inception has 2010, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they got 50.
So it's kind of like Jeopardy, and we choose the best of the best later.
2020 is going to have a bunch of B films because that's all that's been released.
TikTok videos.
TikTok channels. Oh, we got in Frack Paddy Wack Webcast.
Hey, we win! We win!
So what was your favorite OnlyFans video?
All right.
So guest. So we have now Star Wars, Force Awakens, or Avengers: Age of Ultron.
Yeah, Brooke, way to screw
Star
it up.
Force.
Now you're in the middle of the bracket.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I apologize on that.
I'm in the middle.
Yeah,
Hey,
great.
next week I should be in the middle because I'm getting my hair done.
Wonderful.
I'm going Avengers.
Thanks, Carlos, for coming along with that. Erica with the subtle.
What?
And Robert's just an innocent bystander.
Yeah.
Star Wars.
He went Avenger.
I'm going Avengers. I'm with Robert.
No,
Sorry.
it's Star Wars. People, what's wrong with you?
Yeah, I go with Star Wars.
Robert, it's okay. We drink. I know. What a horrible life.
Oh, okay, Erica fixed it.
Yeah, she did.
How did you not know what I was going to pick?
Wait.
I
hold on.
figured you would, but all I heard was Carlos,
Oh.
and I know that Robert didn't like Star Wars, so.
It's not even so much that it's not that I don't like it. I enjoy watching it whenever I do watch it, but I don't get into it. I don't.
I just didn't think they did enough justice for what they wanted to do.
I'm still your friend, Robert.
Yeah. We're not hating.
What was the Star Wars one that I really liked? I can't remember. It's gonna drive me crazy.
Well, you look it up. So the winner of the 2015 movie brackets, as y'all can see, is Star Wars: The Force Awakens.
Yeah,
if you got an issue with that, jump on chat, let us know, and we're probably not going to care. I promise you. I mean, we'll love y'all. Don't get me wrong, but hey, this is just how the game is played.
Right.
So, again, Robert, thank you for hanging out with us this evening so much tonight. Again, we're about ready here to shut down with everything else. If you want to hang out with a couple of more minutes with us, if you don't mind.
All we do is talk about ourselves. But
Yeah,
you can tell us about your business. Which
but exactly, yeah. But we also want to highlight you as well, a little bit about your business and whatnot. So we usually close out the segment with all our business materials and whatnots.
Yeah.
So
guys, so of course you freaking like it.
So for yourself, Robert, if you don't mind telling us,
Sorry. So Brooke is over here trying to figure out which Star Wars.
I was like,
movie.
"There's my
She's
favorite
like, one that
Star
I really
Wars."
like, and I'm like, okay, well, it was this one. She's like, no, it's none of those. And I'm like, okay.
I'm like, here's the Star Wars guy.
And yeah, and then she goes, no. So she Googles it, and she
it's
pulls
The Mandalorian.
And it's Rogue One, and then I go, oh, go figure, because everybody freaking died. So, Robert, Brooke had This Day in History a couple weeks ago, and her This Day in History, every single thing that she posted in her list, every bullet point was murder, death, kill. It was all MDK, the entire thing, and we were just like, you are so morbid.
I posted about the Telegraph thing.
Whatever, we had to insert segment as fast as possible to be like, there is more to life than the negativity that is going on in Brooke's head.
You know what, Brooke? I bet somebody died making the Telegraph.
Like, this serial killer did this, and she did that, and it was so interesting. Like, she fed poison to kids and
she
cookies.
Went into detail, and we're like,
PJ,
they're like literally
not let her stay home by herself with any kind of television. You're liable not to wake up the next morning, bro.
Yeah. I've made it just as far as you have in our marriage to
exactly.
we're
difference is I bought my wife plenty of guns.
Yeah.
You allow yours around chemicals that you just mix together, and she watches TV to watch.
She does make like 90% of the dinners. I'm so fucked.
It's great. The only way I'll know TJ's ever sick if he gets lighter than my skin. So they'll be like, you're looking pale, buddy. That's not good.
Go ahead.
But all right, so 60 seconds, Mr. Beshears. Please let us know about yourself, your company, and how we can find you.
Well, I'm real easy. I handle all of your residential real estate needs as far as your mortgage and obtaining financing to do all that. I do not only purchases, but I also handle refinances as well. I look at every single possible platform that I can to save you money in the long run. Like I said in the very beginning, I specialize in VA home loans, but I also handle FHA, conventional, and USDA products. There are multiple different products out there. I go down to a 580 credit score. If you need any type of mortgage lending, feel free to give me a call, 863-226-8102.
And you heard it here, guys. Again, please, Mr. Beshears, thank you for your time hanging out with us. Again, we really do appreciate it. Also sharing your story and this close to making us cry. Thanks, Erica. So
appreciate you guys.
I was like, is she frozen? She's not moving.
So yeah, and that's awesome. And again, guys,
been at a great angle all night though.
And waiting for the replay now.
Hold on. 90 seconds. Get to Facebook. 10, 9.
There you go.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
I hate my friend.
There it is. All right.
There it is.
Shaky, shimmy.
There it is. I said, are you frozen?
All right, shimmy. So, okay, so awesome. So as always, I'll talk about the financial market real briefly. I'll try to keep this again under 2 minutes.
Never
I'm just giving myself more
2
time.
minutes. Jeez.
Start timer.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, I'm already going. Okay, all right, awesome.
5 seconds, man.
So, although the markets at this time actually were starting to kind of come back to a normal, if you will, low.
Homeostasis.
No, 98.6 degrees. I'm good. So, but it was funny because right now a lot of people are trying to still figure things out because of the movements of up and down. So, funny enough, I don't really usually like this guy, but Jim Cramer, he's on CNBC and he talks a lot about, he's the guy who does the funny sound effects and talks about investments, etc. But he said something that's very true, though, is that there's a lot of clueless investors at this time that are really driving the stupidly bullish stock market at this time because they're thinking, oh, this is happening, this is going, and they're not talking to an individual, a professional. Again, if I'm getting a mortgage, I'm not going to just try to wing it. I'm going to talk to Robert. He may have an idea.
Day traders out there right now.
I mean, and don't get me wrong, nothing wrong with that. If you want to day trade, if you want to spend, $100 or $200 here and there, and that's okay. But if you're going to really make money of being a day trader, that's different. But if you're looking at a short-term, long-term, talk to a professional as always. And I don't know how many times I've always advised that. You talk to an individual who's in the industry, who knows about it. I'm not going to get into something unless I know a professional's been in there because they know the ins and outs. So myself, slow down, Erica. But
you said you weren't going to get into something if a professional hasn't been in there first.
Wait until you're.
Oh, wow.
And then we'll talk.
Yeah. So as I was saying, and by the way, just to let you know, I am a professional. So,
We can get up in there for you.
Let the professional get up in there first.
listen, I'll try first, and I'll let you know the results.
Robert.
Not sure if you want to date this girl. Let me get up in there first.
I'll find out for you. Listen, I'll help you avoid the herpes. But
I love
all right. Anyways, joking aside, though, seriously though.
Yeah, or like just jumping into your your professional moment here.
You left it wide open.
So did she. Anyway, that's the point. So, but the point being is, again, always speak with a professional. Always have somebody's opinion, not just your uncle who read an article somewhere. Please.
That'd be my dad.
Or him.
Hey, Brooke, I saw it on Google.
Everybody on Facebook.
I saw it on Google, Brooke.
Oh, therefore it must be true. 100%.
It was on TV. It's true.
Yeah. So, but again, do your research. But again, with this right here, you get a lot of people, a lot of investors who are trying to drive a market because they haven't asked the right proper questions because they may not know the questions. So again, that comes to education when it comes to money, to the market, to in general about your situation, especially with pandemics happening. So, and even then, we don't have crystal balls. So we have to realize that we have to make decisions on a daily basis because things are ever changing. So hey. I was talking earlier about the trending topic about Beirut, that explosion. That could make a change overnight in the markets. So, again, talk to somebody who's always on the in and is able to help you out. So that's where I'm going to stand right now. As far as the markets go, though, it took a small dip a couple of days back, as I mentioned, but it's coming back up. That's the good thing. It's keeping at a low.
His manager movement.
Erica has no ding.
Okay, fine. I'm done now. You can make all the jokes. Go ahead.
Thank you.
Should got a timer.
Carlos is 5 minutes always.
Hey, that's okay.
And we do too.
We kind of hijack
between the lines.
So.
And we always do.
So I just have a sentence. Wi-Fi 6 is beginning its rollout and it will become a part of the official IEEE specification in September of 2020. There you go.
Wi-Fi 6?
Erica?
I didn't hear what you said.
Yeah, what is Wi-Fi 6? Explain.
Oh, Wi-Fi. I didn't even hear that.
I don't understand what that is.
Is it like G5, G6, what?
Yes.
Fly like a G6?
I'll post the article for you because it explains it and tells you that the chips that are in the new routers and that it's using a faster speed and it's more efficient and all that fun stuff. So yes,
so you're saying I need a new router.
So now I'm gonna need a new router. Thanks.
All I heard is a new expense.
Yeah. So I can call my IEEE. Yes.
So
my
Wi-Fi 6.
I'm sorry, say that again, Robert.
It's called Wi-Fi 6.
Yes.
Because I'm still thinking I'm trying to get caught up on Wi-Fi 2.
Yeah, right,
You
yeah.
went on DSL, so let's go there.
Look, I have maintained a steady streak
DSL.
all evening.
You have, and I'm so excited. Let your phone ring and you'll drop.
Nobody come over right now.
Beep, 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 beep. Bonk.
You have to understand, I just like set up a voice over IP against Erica's wishes, but
I was gonna say I don't think Erica likes that.
Yeah, how is it? She did
Does not like
tell
this.
you to do that.
Does not like this.
she's not impressed of what I had to do, but I had to do it because Verizon is, I'm sorry, I'm not supposed to name drop.
Yeah, Verizon, go on.
My
They're not gonna
cell phone
sponsor us.
provider is not providing the services that are needed out here in my rural location.
Gotcha.
It's okay. And you know what? It's always an opinion. That's okay. But if Verizon, if you want to sponsor us and not get crap from people like him, sponsor us. Just saying.
Or just pay the rent on the tower that you used to have where I had awesome service.
Yes.
Or you could do that. All right. TJ and Brooke.
Stay on target.
Stay on target. I was gonna let her talk for 30 seconds about what's going on in her world because we, as you know, our company is TBA Marketing, but we handle two different sections of our company.
See the wife?
Sorry.
So we were gonna.
Everybody drink, wife.
Wife, drink.
Wife drink. So I was gonna let her talk for a little bit, but then when that was putting her on the spot,
I was like, I was supposed to be prepared for a different.
yeah, and I
segment.
don't want to do that. Robert, so you mentioned something earlier that kind of hit home a little bit, and it was the fact that people calling and being able, like, let all these big companies run all these crazy commercials. You want to talk about hosting web design with Wix and blah 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 and this and that. Let all them big guys run all the commercials you want. Erica runs into the same thing. Carlos runs the same thing. You run in the same thing. We're all sitting in the same boat of the fact that people want to call and talk to somebody that they trust. They want to call and speak to somebody that they
when
know.
they call that number to connect,
I'm not getting the random.
it's not a
blah, blah,
1-800.
blah
I don't
from
care.
Wherever.
I'm getting me my cell phone.
Yeah, I'm not another number in the Rolodex. I'm not just this. It doesn't matter. Like, our customers for us, like, it doesn't matter how much you spend with me. I don't care if you spend $100 or you spend $2,000, $10,000, $20,000 a month with me. Everybody's important. Everybody is important because their business is important. They're trusting us with our services and what we do for them. It makes a difference. And when you call,
And
you
all
get
of
us.
our clients are not, I wouldn't say small business, but they're all locally owned.
Yeah.
So
And people like that. Like I said, like I was mentioning earlier,
we
and Robert
know
said as
them
well.
and we know their families.
Yeah.
So when they call us, we know their problem or their concern.
Booty go.
Wife drink.
How that booty go?
Wife drink,
It
wife
is.
drink.
But
I
their
think we're drinking
problem
more
or
because of her.
concern or something that they feel is important enough to contact us about, and it's going to impact their business enough that they need to let us know, like right now, then we see it as like a personal issue that we don't want to hinder their business. We don't want to impact their,
Because it's their family. At the end of the day,
it's
their
how,
family,
it's their livelihood.
kids,
It's how they
yeah.
make their money. It's how they support their family. It's
So the
their
even
legacy.
like the smallest little things, like it's very, very important. And you'll have people that don't reach out over the dumbest little thing and they wait until it pulls up into a big thing or something like that. But at the same time, it's one of those, like, even the smallest request to us, like we work really hard to get that taken care of. And it's that personal service that people want to have. And it's people love that over contacting and not having a personal person to talk to. When you call in, you have to get a different person every single time you come to, rather than saying, hey, you worked on my account or you do this. You know, it really registers with people, and you get a lot more customers and you retain a lot more. And I like to call them clients because they turn into clients. They're not just my customers. And a lot of them are my friends and family members. And it's funny because, like, our mobile detailer, the Busy Bees. So our mobile detailer, Kate, messaged me and she's like, Michael likes to call the cars his. So she's like, your Model A, he'll say is his Model A. He has a Model A. He has to go detail today.
That's
So
good. He takes pride in the work.
Robert, I have a 1928
does.
Model A. It's my badass car. That's our baby. But he claimed that's his car.
That's Tyler's.
Yeah,
vroom,
and
vroom.
eventually it's Tyler's vroom vroom. But he claims that it's his, and we look at it the same way. Is that our accounts are our accounts? Like
He
that's
puts so much care into it, and he maintains it, and he's put so much work into it. Like
and we do that with our website. Like
it's not his, but
I handle the web design side.
He's
of
helping
things.
us care for it.
Brooke handles the social media side of things, and then I run the ads. And we look at it as they are our accounts, but we plug ourselves into the company and say these are our companies. We're helping grow them because they're our family.
I feel like I'm an employee of all the companies that
Good job,
we
Erica.
work for.
I messaged him, not me.
Oh.
What happened?
So anyways, but yeah, that's our biggest thing. One of the things that, and I know we played a retargeting commercial, we're really big on lead gen. We're really big on the marketing side of things and bringing more targeted customers to people and everything like that. It all starts with the web design package and making sure that the web design is there because that is your business.
That's where you push your marketing to.
It's and you can track your conversions and everything like that.
You don't have a website, you can't track it.
One of the bigger focuses that we're also trying to do though, in terms of the customer service, is the hosting side of things. We currently host around 300 sites and we want to host more sites because a lot of customers, what ends up happening is they don't know where their website's hosted. They don't know who to contact for updates. They don't know how, even if they want to do the updates
And if they finally
themselves,
remember where they host, they can't get a hold of the person that's actually hosting it.
Anyone. And
if it was a locally hosted company, and if it's a big company, then they don't know where to even look for their account. Like, oh, okay, it's through GoDaddy, but what's my account number and what's my login? I have no idea.
Yeah. And we work very well with companies that are even using other marketing companies or web design companies to be the hosting company to say, hey, I don't know anything about DNS records. I need to get this record added. No big deal. You pop us a message, we take care of it. Like, we plug ourselves in with other agencies very, very well, and I'm proud of that we're not one of the ones to say. We will not poach your customers. Yeah, that we're not one of the ones to sit there and go, oh, I'm just gonna go in and shark.
Like, hey, by the way, we also do that. No.
Yeah. So we white label a lot of our services.
If you are gonna trust us with your customers, then we will treat them with respect and you with respect.
So it's one of those things where really I'm trying to pick up some more hosting clients because a lot of people don't even know where to call when they have stuff to do with their website and their hosting. It's up in the air. It's through GoDaddy. They have no clue. So we're trying to be really helpful in that area. Good talk.
Carlos is braiding his hair.
Come on, Pocahontas.
That was my 60-second, 5-minute
segment.
Carlos.
I don't know. I'm really thinking about tomorrow cutting my hair. I'm like, I don't know. Should I? Oh my God. I'm like, I'm done with it because
her hair for the evening.
I'm going to miss it so much.
So Carlos, I'd really love.
Are you going to Sarah?
No, I'm actually going to Josh. He's at a Salon Chateau.
We talked about that. Brooke listens 12%.
I didn't hear that.
No. Well, the rest of it.
Well, no, Josh used to be at a Liquid. But he's now at Salon Chateau.
I know.
Oh, okay.
Carrie, my hairdresser, was at Liquid for many moons.
Where's he now? Did he go? I didn't know he left. Oh, we'll talk later. Okay. All right. I'm sorry, Robert. What was your question?
So I'd really love to pick your brain about day trading, or not even so much day trading, but there was a mortgage company that went public today. And
I definitely want to pick your brain too, because I know there's a lot of clients that you probably have that I could probably either give you information to help you with, and vice versa, you could help me with as well.
Right. Absolutely.
So yeah, and I said, and I trust me, I am definitely gonna. You know what? I don't know. I haven't done it yet. I'm gonna friend you in a second.
Do the sign off. Let's
sign off, and then we'll jump.
Don't hang up.
Then we'll jump on that. So we'll definitely get in contact, and that's why I love this. And by the way, everybody else. Now, chat, again, I love you all for jumping in on Twitch, on YouTube, for the future episodes, and on Facebook Live. Thank you all so much. We love you all so much. every Thursday night, 9:30 p.m. You can find us on here. If not, we're probably dead. But anyways, what's the point?
Don't click leave meeting, Robert.
Yeah, not yet. Yeah, you're not leaving yet. So you're not leaving us. You're ours. No. But yeah, so again, we thank you all so much. We love you all so much. We appreciate you all so much. Find us again on Twitch, YouTube, on Facebook Live, on FFPW20, and come see us every Thursday night, 9:30 p.m. once again. I repeated myself 2 times. I love you all.
Drink Pepsi.
Coca-Cola.
Oh, you put your arms up. It looked like Pepsi.
Oh, no, I am wearing Pepsi, but I like Coca-Cola.
Wait a minute. Okay. We're going. Bye.
Yeah!